Welcome back to Cyberpunk. This is Dark Skies Series 6.4, entitled Moth to the Flame. Last session, the group came about some information regarding an individual currency, an amount of money that was acquired through transactional differences after one person was basically taken out of the picture, literally out of Night City, and put into a cryo bag to be sent off to heavens knows where, to have what done to her, who knows. But that didn't happen because the group came down and saved this fixer, Anika, and she wants her money back, the money that was taken from her while she was incognito, forcibly incognito. They want to get that money back. And the way to do that is go to Pacifica West Bank, Pacifica, which is a burgeoning, resort location. But it's like most of Night City. There's, an underbelly, bad parts of the environment. And one such place is Pacifica West Bank, which is where they're going. So information has been granted to them. They have a pretty good understanding of what goes on next. And in all honesty, the narrative is yours. Tell me how you wish to proceed and what you'd like to do moving forward. But don't rush it. You don't have to jump right to it. You don't have to say something right after I'm done talking or anything.
Well, I mean, Icarus is gonna need to get patched up.
Okay.
If we're doing anything.
So some time.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine. I would say if you spend 3 days downtime based on the wounds I was able to kind of notate, everybody should be able to recover to full.
Okay.
Nobody
And
was...
that should be more than enough time to plan.
Yeah. So this would absolutely be happening during that downtime. And again, if there's any reconnaissance from people who are slightly less wounded that wants to happen, that anybody wants to go on about, that's perfectly valid too.
Oh, I am very curious about what their security looks like on site.
Sure.
You
want to roll past?
How? Oh yeah, I can definitely just drive by, but I'm also curious. Like, can I do like some research on the bank? Like Calvin would want to do like research on the bank to be like, is this just a public bank? Can I just go in there and
online, like if you go kind of like data terming, you would note that there's really not a lot of information regarding like the inner details of Pacifica West Bank. It very much looks like a very simple traditional kind of fiduciary financial establishment. It's technically a limited liability corporation. This is kind of information you can get off of the data term. Not absolutely useful stuff. You understand that it appears to be a subsidiary of a larger bank structure that operates out of Los Angeles. Really not a lot of information.
Then Calvin would do a drive-by that would start outside going past the...
Taking anyone with you?
Oh yeah, if anyone wants to come and do like a little...
Zigzag, do you want to do a pass? Or
I'll have Striker will also want to go with him.
Striker, Zigzag, Calvin, Icarus is healing. Sugar, are you doing research or are you going with them? Muted.
Is this day one?
This is day one.
I'll roll with.
Okay, Crystal. Sounds like everybody but Icarus. If you have other things you want to do, you can do those too. Anika's back.
I was wondering
also.
if I could. I was. Yeah, that's true. I was wondering if I could get that railgun.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you and Anika kind of like hang out together during the day, she'll do some checking to see if she can't try and get you some articles of interest. It's going to require some dice rolling, though. I already have kind of an idea of what I want from you. You're not going to have to do any character sheet rolling, just a couple of dice for chance, really. That said, on the way there, you would know.
I had a route in mind.
Sure, go ahead and draw it out for me.
How do I draw? I'm sorry.
There's a draw tool on the left side.
I know we messed with this once before, but
Yeah, on the left side you should
Over on
see
the
like
left,
a little.
like below the little pointer, there should be a little thing, and if you click
oh, a little
freehand,
paintbrush,
Paintbrush.
freehand.
you can just freehand click and draw on the map anywhere you want.
And as you're
Alright,
discussing
so I
that, what's the positioning of the car? Who's sitting front?
I imagine I'm shotgun.
Shotgun zigzag. Sugar, are you in the back with the autocannon?
And then
Sure.
we
Striker,
go up the main.
Backseat as well.
Sure. Yeah.
So we go around this way, and then we come back up this way, and that way we can see like, oh, actually, let's go around this side, so that way we can see like if
Okay.
there's any sort of
So there are a couple of points.
protective positions.
There are a couple of points of entry to Pacifica. You can enter through the 101, and there are exits that kind of enter into that area. There's I can't remember the name of this highway. I think it's 72. That's actually a state road. And then you can also go through the tunnels, which also leads to kind of the back end of that same state road. How would you like to enter Pacifica? I guess would it be kind of on the 101?
I'd say we just come in straight through here and come down
Okay.
and merge here. Actually,
Got it. So you're taking the 101 in and exiting off of the highway and in. Okay.
Yep.
Perfect. So
basically to get a good sight of everything.
you're coming from Japantown, and on your way down, if you're kind of making your way down somewhere in Santa Domingo, which is kind of here-ish, you would just be driving casually. Traffic's not terribly problematic for you, but the main thing that's kind of annoying is there's this large tanker truck.
Oh, jeez.
That seems to be kind of annoyingly you've probably, I mean, you've driven on a highway. You've probably dealt with an asshole trucker like who genuinely feels like they own the entirety
The whole
of the
road.
right? That's this guy, and it seems like he doesn't know exactly where he's going because you think he's trying to merge into different lanes to get to different exits. And before you kind of get a chance to decide to speed past him, Zigzag sitting in the passenger seat notices before you notice, but you see an AV. This is a very luxurious looking AV, almost like a car with flight ventricles instead of tires, descending pretty low over this specific tanker truck. Interact as you will.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to draw it cleaner.
Sure.
There's an AV flying really low to the tanker truck that thinks that they own the road. Do I recognize the AV?
It looks really nice. It looks pretty sharp. It doesn't look like Night Knights, if that's what you're going for.
Okay. Do I have enough space to like push ahead of the truck?
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
could I do a maneuver to get me around it?
Absolutely. When you first kind of start this maneuver, you'll note that the trucker seems to kind of speed up, kind of annoyed. It's like they are trying to get ahead of you. And as you're noticing that, Zigzag, are you keeping an eye on the AV?
Yeah,
Or
100%.
you would see that the passenger door of the vehicle lifts open, and you see a woman drop out, grab a hold of the side of the AV hanging from it. And this woman you recognize very, very well.
Oh, fuck me. Drive away, Calvin.
She's wearing tight black leather,
Yeah,
Oh,
drive the
no.
fuck
two
away.
SMGs on her belts, bob haircut, and she drops down onto the tanker truck, rolling for a second, and then stopping perfectly before she starts to walk up the tanker truck's positioning. It doesn't seem like the truckers noticed. Calvin, you are very much kind of like looking at him in his rear view, kind of looking at you like angrily, like he's trying to avoid you.
I immediately tell Calvin, drive and drive fast.
Okay.
Get us out of here.
Hey, we're going.
As you're
do I
kinda-
know who the person is?
The girl?
Yeah.
Have you ever encountered Black Megan?
Nope.
Then no, yeah, you did. The girl who shot up the club, the
Yes.
the Blue Oyster.
You're right. You're
Blue
right.
Ecstasy. Yep. So you've seen her before.
And even if you haven't seen her, Zigzag has probably told you more than once during one of these long drives when he's like smoking. I ever tell you the time about the got shot in the face and lived?
In the
'cause she
face.
shot me in the face and I lived.
As you kind of
Just
make your
barely.
way and you're about to like get to a position where it's going to be clean to kind of pass, you see Megan kind of on top of the cabin. She looks straight into your car window, looking at you, Zigzag. And you see her like go confused, and then she kind of goes, snaps out of it and back to Stoneface Killer. As she does so, and you're kind of moving past, she grips a hold of the window, flips over, standing perfectly like a hand standing on the cabin of the vehicle, swings in with her legs and grabs a hold of this guy's neck. He looks surprised, like he didn't expect this coming. And then she very quickly twists her torso and then extracts him out of the vehicle and throws him. As your car speeds past, you can see and hear the sickening splat of this guy just go, and you're pretty sure you clip him with the back tire of your vehicle. She immediately gets into the truck, rolls the window up, and starts driving. You're able to get a pretty good distance ahead of her before it looks like she's got full control of the vehicle. And Calvin, at this point, do you wish to try and engage the truck at all, or are you just going?
Boss man knows a lot more about Black
He's probably
Megan
looking
than I
over
do.
his shoulder, like, go, 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 go.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not
like-
looking over. I'm afraid if I make eye contact again, she's gonna change her mind. Like she looked away. I like that was my out. Just go. He's like looking straight forward, doing this.
So if Zigzag says, "Hey, we're booking it," and I don't know who this person is, I'm inclined to be like, "All right, we can zip that."
Make
here.
a driving roll.
Where'd I put my roll 20? This is why I need to have it up at all times.
Sugar is grabbing on for her life in the back.
Okay. You also have a data term next to you, like a small little, like kind of, it's like a pad that's connected by wires to the truck. And you've already been instructed that if you jack into this, you can control the autocannon on the back of the truck. I don't know if that's been made clear or not yet. And you're probably the best one to use it because you have interface.
Okay.
So if stuff hits the fan, it's not super defenseless Netrunner mode. You've got a big gun to shoot and stuff.
What is drive?
It's under control.
Control. There it is.
Perfect. So you do not miss your exit. You manage to get off in Pacifica. As you're kind of making your way down to the stoplight, you kind of stop and you can see, I'm pretty sure Zigzag, what are you doing when you get to the stoplight? Are you kind of keeping an eye on the highway to see if anything crazy, like a truck following you?
Oh, I mean, as soon as he comes to a stop at the stoplight, I imagine it's like handshake, light cigarette, turns and looks to see if he can see anything.
Like the shadow of death itself, you see the truck coming along the overpass, and where it would happen to hit an exit, it almost looks like it's going to enter that exit, and then it just zips on past, heading down the 101. It does not take the exit.
Zigzag just like pulls and takes half the cigarette down. Fuck. That was way too close.
Is that something we're gonna have to deal with later?
No,
What the
I
fuck
hope
was
fucking
that?
not. That better not be anything we have to fucking deal with later. Fucking, that is a bigger problem than we have time for. Fuck.
The light turns green, you move along your pass. So Pacifica is a really nice place. Like it immediately kind of changes your kind of idea and atmosphere of the place. You can see the stadium off in the distance. It looks like it hasn't really been kind of fleshed out. That from what you've heard, there's a team that's supposed to be playing in the stadium, but they haven't really come to do anything yet. You've heard of some, some like, what are they called? Not like actual like league games, but like, kind of like Rose Bowl-esque games, you know what I'm talking about? Like, not real games playing out there, but hasn't been used for much besides. You'll see a lot of signage here for...
Is the stadium that big?
Circle.
Open? Okay.
Yeah. It looks a little bit more run down in this image because this map is actually taken from 2077. I just use it because it's
Cool.
really pretty. and it's close to the way I imagine 2046 being. But yeah, that said, it looks pretty nice here. There's a lot going on. A lot of people walking around the streets. Lots of people who look like they're tourists for sure. Lots of people in kind of just, really awkward clothing when you think about Night City fashion and style. It looks like they're not from around town. Some of them look like they might have come in from San Francisco. You definitely see the very business chic kind of stylings of Los Angeles people.
And yahoos.
Yeah, a bunch
they're
of
better than
yahoos.
everyone out here.
And you do see that there are like, a lot of other folks who are kind of out on the street. Looks like they're people who live in the city but are, doing what they do, but keeping low about it. The other thing you notice about Pacifica is police forces up. Lots of vehicles are kind of present. And need another vehicle driving roll.
Bam. Uh-oh. Why didn't that roll? Did that roll twice?
Yeah, you did. The first one's a 19,
Okay.
which
Thank
is what
you.
we're going to go with.
It was just slow then.
No worries. Yeah, you managed to drive very casual, very decent, very calm, cool, and collected. Zigzag, you do notice that a couple of cops do look in your window, and it seems like they kind of don't really care too much.
Yeah.
If the vehicle was driving a little bit more suspiciously, they might be a-holes about it, but you're fine. You make it towards the bank and kind of come around to see it. And we've shown the map before in the side chat, but I'll go ahead and post it out for the first time on the screen here. I think you can see all of it at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So with Sugar's assistance, kind of using the map that she already had on file, and kind of using your own kind of camera systems, you're able to kind of detect approximately the people who are present in the space. Looks like there are a couple of synthetics, which, again, synthetics in Northern California are not quite as good as they are in Southern California. They're a bit more roughshod, like they're very much utilitarian. Whereas there's an entire kind of strange situation in Los Angeles that's been going on since like the 20s regarding synthetics there. But that said, looks like there's some people present, just business workers. And
I had an idea.
Go ahead.
That I don't know if Calvin would have had.
You can bring it out of character and hope someone else jumps onto it.
So like we have a bunch of dead bodies that no one can know are dead.
No, we don't.
But like, don't we have like
the dead bodies aren't yours? They've moved on.
Yes, but we don't need the bodies. What I'm saying is like, could we have a fake identity from one of those bodies, create a bank account here, withdraw funds, but instead of us withdrawing funds with that fake body, we're actually just using the ATM to get Anika's money.
So that's a really great idea to think about the next time you murder someone in cold blood. But since the cadavers that you recently had already had that process kind of engaged with them through Militech, it's very unlikely that that'd be a wise plan.
Okay.
There's always the option of killing someone in cold blood.
Yeah.
You know, they gotta get me there, or just work for Militech.
Or just find some random schlub who's here for vacation, take
Nah,
a
I
good
don't
alley,
do that.
murder them.
Damn it,
Terrible
Jonathan!
idea.
Oh man. Okay, so Sugar pops her head into the back window, and she's like, "Hey,
Oh no!
why don't?"
You're not in the bed of the truck. I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
I'm not.
No,
Oh yeah,
no,
you don't
no,
have to
no,
be
no.
anymore. Yeah, there's enough room
You're just in the
inside.
back.
Yeah,
You're
we
the
have a
back
data
seat.
term in the back seat that you
Can
can
she
log
be in the
in.
trunk? I guess she doesn't have to.
I mean, if
Anyway,
you want to
let me
be
do
in
that.
the truck,
You really
It's
don't.
not-
be in the truck bed.
It's not
but, like,
helpful. So
Okay.
Sugar would pop in and say, "Hey, why don't y'all just kill one of the tourists?" That was gonna be my line, Jonathan. I
Sorry, I'm
promise.
so sorry. I'm so sorry. I will shut up and giving ideas.
No,
No,
we're not
please.
gonna kill
No.
some random tourist.
should we get to know
Why
them
not?
best? Zenze will not be random, no?
I'm averse to just killing at random unless they push me to it.
Well,
I'd
maybe
rather not.
there's got to be someone around here that deserves to die.
You're
Doesn't
clicking-
anyone have like a police scanner or something?
Oh well, I mean, with the way the city's been lately, we could probably just hit up a forum and just ask if anyone wants to die tonight.
Well, quick note: your quick zip through is complete, and you're basically heading back up north towards the on the state road that I mentioned that kind of goes into the city proper across the canal. So you're going to go under the 101 and head off in. So that being said, do you want to stop somewhere in Pacifica before you move too far away from it, or do you want to just continue on?
Is there a little coffee place we could all stop at?
Sure. Yeah, you go to a coffee shop.
Where we dropping, boys?
Buck a slice. Not too far
Buck
from
a
you.
slice. Good old buck a slice.
They serve coffee and pizza.
That's the first place we ever hung out, guys.
The 2 food groups, coffee and pizza.
What you need to get through. So
I'm just getting a cup, so I'm at the table ready.
Yep, I'm just getting a cup.
okay, you go inside. You park outside. You go inside. It's relatively packed. There's a lot of people here who look like they are from out of town. But the main thing that's confusing for you is like it feels like there are a lot of them, like a bunch, and some of them are really strangely dressed. Looks like they're wearing all sorts of kind of weird clothing. Yeah.
Is there something going on today?
Do you say that to yourself?
Calvin just asked to the group.
Oh, to your group?
Yeah, like
And-
because he figures either Zigzag or Sugar could probably look that up real quick.
Yeah, so I guess if I have like a data pad or something, I would kind of look through the screen sheets as soon as Calvin said something to see if there's anything going on today.
It doesn't look like much is going on. There is a notice in one of the scream sheets that's Pacifica local that says over 80,000 attendants for the comic convention, the Night City Comic Convention, the NCCC.
There's a bunch of nerds in town.
Weirdly dressed
Bro.
tourists.
Are they weirdly dressed because they're in cosplay?
Yes. Yes, they are.
Oh, okay, so they're not just
like-
like
What's like
pocket
the
protectors.
Oh,
and
you were
like,
you were baiting. You were trying to
high
get us
water.
to ask what are they dressed in? So what are they dressed in?
what's like
Yeah,
the
it's-
popular thing right now?
So right now, one of the more popular kind of things that you're seeming to know.
Attack on Titan season 7.
No, the final season, part 10.
Yeah.
That's the right call.
One Piece season 25.
One Piece is gonna end.
No.
Not so much. It definitely looks like the main thing that you're seeing a lot of is it appears to be this. People are wearing kind of like bunny rabbit ears on their heads, and it looks like they're wearing kind of like an almost kind of Star Warsian kind of like Han Solo outfit. You're not exactly
they
sure.
rebooted the rabbit from the Star Wars comics and gave him his own trilogy.
Right.
I don't know what
Yeah.
that means.
Me neither.
Oh, I can find the picture. Hold
Oh
on.
God, no.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I got you.
Oh,
got
you
you
got
already.
me? Thanks, man.
His name.
Oh, it's fucking. Wasn't
His
it?
name
God, it's
Glup
undead.
Shitto.
No.
They finally
No.
made
Yeah,
a trilogy
that guy.
No,
about
it's
him.
much worse.
Jackson.
Oh,
Like a
him.
Power Rangers rabbit.
Yes.
But they're just wearing like the bunny ears, and some of them are wearing like the flight suit. Some of them are wearing like this other outfit that seems to be from the newer kind of releases. Some of the girls who are present are wearing like a bright red kind of like bikini top and like shorts, like short shorts, and like red thigh-high boots.
So space furries.
Yeah, and yeah,
Yeah.
the bunny ears are green. Of course.
What's wrong with that?
Sugar in her. She's kind of like
There's also some people who are
time
wearing
to go.
like other kind of outfits. There's one guy who's really elaborately dressed as what appears to be some sort of and it looks like people are helping him kind of maneuver around. But he appears to be dressed like a very strange looking kind of like robot man. But you can tell there's no cybernetics. Like he might have servos and stuff present in there to kind of help with movement. But yeah, he looks very lame. Like it's like there's a lot of cardboard and plastic, and it's just dorky.
Hey,
I'm
he's
glad I'm
trying.
taking a nap on the couch.
But you managed to get a table. It takes you about 10 minutes longer than you were expecting. And a lot of people are kind of confused by you because you don't seem to be a part of the in crowd with this convention crowd.
How long is the convention running?
If you kind of look it up, it looks like it's all weekend, and today's Thursday.
Well,
Oh, first day, best day.
Oh
guess
my
we're all
God.
wearing bunny suits.
Colin just looks like on top of my suit.
Sugar says that looking like disgusted and angry. I just think it'll be a good way to blend in with the crowd.
Calvin has
She
that moment
mo-
of
like-
realization.
Motion, like kind of motions around.
You kind of
She
know
actually just wants to wear one.
Oh,
that's what it was. I knew it.
She found the other guy's like Twitter or Twit book page and
Well
saw
done,
that
well
he
done.
liked
What book?
a bunny girl, and he's like,
So the convention
I
center
think they're cool too. Then
is here. This is the convention center.
oh, that guy.
The
Yeah.
bucket slice that you went to is here.
We're on the wrong map.
Oh, I'm flashing a bunch of stuff that you can't even see.
That's
Cool.
right.
The convention center is here. There are 3 convention centers in Night City. There's the Morrow Convention Center. There's the newly built Pacifica Convention Center. And then the Hacienda also functions as a convention center as well.
that just makes sense.
What?
The Hacienda being also a convention center.
Have you ever seen like a Las Vegas convention?
Yes,
That's
not
what
in
we're talking
person,
about.
but in video.
That's what we're talking about. That kind of deal.
So I guess it might not be. I guess it might be kind of weird for tourists to be running around Pacifica West Bank.
It could be.
But I guess. Did you mean this when we were driving by earlier and you said they were dressed weird? Was it down in this area?
No, the bucket slice that you're at right now where they're dressed weird, like they're dressed in cosplay, is closer to here.
Okay, so like the first time it was like around. this
When you were
area.
driving in, you would have kind of came in through here-ish, and you would have seen people dressed in like tourist gear, like regular tourist gear, like, you know, khaki shorts, and like, you know, they've got like a camera on their chest, even though it's like sliver thin, like they've got it strapped to them with like some sort of like lanyard for some
I
reason.
did that once.
They've got like 9 kids behind them.
I didn't do that.
Probably less, actually. A lot of people don't have a lot of kids in the world anymore. It's just not a thing.
Oh.
They try. I mean, it's not like they're not, you know, giving it the
Yeah.
gusto. Like they just.
Good luck keeping them alive
That's the thing.
in this world.
They have a lot of kids. It's just keeping them.
The horrors of our day are exacerbated in Night City and the world of. So I'm not going to say any of the horrors that would be a problem for kids in schools, but I think your imagination can do you service there.
Yeah, like homework.
Yeah, homework. Leading cause of.
It's like we're in the
Yeah.
future and we still have homework. What the fuck?
Yeah. I can't imagine like how bad the bullies would be though.
What were we
like-
fighting for?
Right?
What were we even fighting for? Like, if there's still homework in the future, what's the point?
Right?
That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, so the Pacifica Convention Center, it's pretty big. It's not too far from where you're at. You can't really see it from your location, but it's definitely right on your way out of town if you were going to check it out. But yeah, you would note too that the bank is quite a ways away from the convention center.
Okay.
I mean, it would make a good like getaway, sort of plan B kind of option if
If
like,
things get
yeah, we can kind of blend in with the crowd on our way out if things get funky.
No, I do like the idea a
I
lot.
like it. Calvin also likes it, but he's also just kind of curious on like, oh, what's this convention experience like?
For sure.
So it's space furries, so there's going to be hard drugs and
STDs.
debauchery.
I mean, they're
STDs.
right near like the Voodoo Boys. Like, yeah, they can definitely go and purchase some, no problem. It's not going to be a hard deal.
Stryker is uninterested in the convention, but if reason comes along to check it out, he
But-
will go.
Secretly is a huge fan of the Jackson trilogy.
Did you say how long the convention is in town?
It's here
For
for
the
the rest of the
weekend.
weekend. Yeah. It's
Okay.
Thursday.
Thursday.
Thank God.
That's actually the only reason Icarus was in town. No.
Oh, what a twist!
Weren't you?
Baby's gotta sleep it off now.
Yeah, he's currently resting, and you guys you're looking down at the
You see
convention
a
center.
suspiciously familiar bunny hop on. What the
You
fuck?
don't see his face. He's just wearing the Icarus's outfit, and he has like a mascot head.
Bandages everywhere.
Perfectly fair.
Can't stop, won't stop.
So meanwhile, Crystal, go ahead and roll a D10. Just a D10. No associated skills. Just a 10-sided dice for me. Okay.
A 3.
On day one, Anika's kind of reestablishing her contacts. You ask her for what you're asking her for, and she says, "I'll give it a try. I can't promise anything right now, and I definitely don't have the capital to move it." And you say, "I've got the capital, right?" So she definitely puts in some calls, but she doesn't really seem to get any traction from what you're hearing. And it seems like she's still trying for it, but she's also still going through the process of doing her reacclimation of her position. So that said, no movement on the railgun for day one. Meanwhile, day one, some more. You are drinking coffee, sitting at the food place. Feel free to continue to interact, or if you want to continue on, that's also good.
So we really just need to figure out a safe way of getting in there and getting out of there. How long is it going to take to transfer all this info?
It's not
Or
info.
the funds. It's
Yeah,
funds.
It's a
Money.
funds transfer. It shouldn't take more than, a minute or so.
Like a normal ATM visit.
Yeah.
What's keeping us from just like, I don't
Doing
know,
it.
somebody walking up to the. We could probably get like those like, I don't know, fancy thingy that like uses like holograms or shit to like make your face look different. Just walk up to the ATM.
That's a thing, yeah.
Yeah, no, like walk
Those
up to the
glasses with
ATM.
like the big nose.
Yeah.
Just
but it's
go
a
up to the
hologram,
ATM while oh man, I can't remember your name. Well, Sugar just like is right around the corner, just like hacking it, and then we're like, oh, time to take my money that is mine out of this ATM.
Striker, you're a security expert, so go ahead and make a perception roll, I think. Hold on, let me double check and see if that's the skill I want you to make. Double checking.
Make a pilot air.
Isn't there a
vehicle roll.
security?
Electronic
skill?
security. Yeah, go ahead and make an electronic security roll.
What is that under?
Should be under tech.
Tech?
Check the technique.
Electronic / security
go.
tech. Okay.
That's a big number.
You said a lot of cool words. Let me explain some things to you, just so you have it, and your character would know this. So you stated that there are basically devices that kind of block your face from being seen by cameras and other sources. This is accurate. In 2046, they are very noticeable devices that you would wear either like on your shoulder or on your neck. If you walk into a bank with one of these devices on, undoubtedly, security will approach you. You'd also note that based on your run through, there were several terminals where PDUs are very noticeably present. That is Private Defense Unit. And if you aren't familiar with what a Private Defense Unit is, Stryker certainly is, because you installed a shitload to make sure gangers couldn't approach the floor that you secured. They're automated turrets that fire on command. So yeah, if you go in there with a very noticeable device that makes you look like a criminal, they're going to approach you and ask you to remove it. If you don't remove it immediately, they're going to rip you apart.
All right.
You could go guns blazing, shoot everyone, then no one can turn on the PDUs. But of course, that's going to be a bank robbery situation instead of a.
Do they have one of those outside ATMs that are open 24/7?
Drive through. What's the point of having the ATM if you can't just drive through?
I can always net run. I could net run and turn off the PDUs.
Yeah, you just have to get in.
If you cover me. Unfortunately, I don't have my cybernetic implanted yet. I haven't had time to get to the clinic. So I don't know. I mean, I can do my best to hide. I'm pretty sure I can do a wireless. I can connect wirelessly to the hotspot.
Yeah.
And so I mean, if I can get close enough, maybe we can do it. Can you pull up the map again?
Sure.
Of the place? Was I from that
with the
drive
map that
around?
you have an understanding that the security is in the center of the building.
Okay.
There. Who's in there? You don't know.
Is there and I don't know, and I was not like, we can't really figure out like what would be a good place to.
Well, there's one entry. It's the southernmost portion. And you didn't see any security officers just standing around. But of course, that could be the case that they're in positions where you wouldn't have been able to see them from inside or outside. You can see that there are tellers. One of them looks like it's a synthetic. They're a synthetic, not it. Sorry. And you would also note that you can see pretty much everything else. There's some bank workers and.
Where's the ATM?
ATMs are here.
Is it this?
You said there was one outside, wasn't there?
I said there might be one outside. I didn't confirm that completely. I said they might have one, like, I was explaining it like it's just a bank.
A drive up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if I did say it and I said it with assurance, I apologize. At that time, I was not looking at the map.
Okay.
That is
made
my
it up
fault.
just to torture us. Got it.
Yeah, that sounds like something I do.
Okay, so and from what we've learned, I don't know where a hotspot might be. I would have to go in and scan first.
You're pretty sure it's either going to be the security desk itself, or there might be a possibility for this strange terminal here, which you don't know what it's for. It is near a security door, which you think might be where they lead currency out if they were taking it, because there's a area that's very distinctly a pickup zone on the northern side.
Could we hack this terminal from the outside somehow?
Through the walls, probably not. It's undoubted that they have shielding. And if they don't, then they've already been hacked of every single dollar they have by the Voodoo Boys.
How do we... I don't know. Y'all might just have to go in and kill everyone.
I have another idea.
What about this?
Probably not as
You
cool,
don't
though.
want to be a murder hobo?
I mean,
Zigzag is
we've
all for
killed an
murder
innocent
hobo. I've killed more people than
We tore a shopkeeper
every
in
other
half
character
for
I've
no
played
reason
in
in
John
We
Destiny
did not.
2.
Let's correct that, David. We did not tear a shopkeeper in half. Crystal tore a shopkeeper in half.
Yeah.
It wasn't on
Me
purpose.
and Odette were both there. It was
Odette
a
didn't do it.
team effort.
Don't put that on her. That blood is not on her
Don't
hands.
put that on Odette.
Crystal
It was Crystal. It was
did
an
not know
accident.
her new power and accidentally killed a high fashion.
She did not know the power that is her linear frame.
Someone
and
who was
now
in
she
retail
knows.
sales just ripped them in half, In all honesty, they're in retail sales, so they're probably hoping for something like that.
You know, I saved her.
They were a piece of shit.
honestly.
So
Yeah.
She was a piece of shit.
You really created a character that was easy to kill.
Fair. I do like doing that. That is a joy of mine. But anyways, back to the point. You're gonna sit around with the bucket slides. Looks like a lot more people are kind of filling in. It's kind of close to lunchtime. Not exactly lunchtime, but
Zigzag was still breaking down his plan.
Yeah, Zigzag.
Oh,
Man.
sorry.
No, I interrupted you. No need for you to apologize.
Well, before when I was going to interrupt, I was going to say that what if we set off a little sort of maybe a bomb in one of the rooms, and then everyone will leave, and we'll have time to hack the terminals, and we don't have to kill anyone. No?
your electronic security role would let you know that a bank probably has bomb detectors.
Then what
Me?
if we
Okay.
just pull
Yours
the
is
fire
second.
alarm? No?
That's that. There's no getting a bomb through those doors. As soon as like
But what about a fire alarm? Do they not have the little balls on the wall?
You would also know with electronic security
Damn
and
it.
roll up 21 that fire alarms are a thing of the past. They don't exist anymore. There's automated fire detection. There's
That's
no
a
need.
really bad system.
It's a really
What
great
if we
system.
what if we
What
did
year do you
something to
think
make
it
the
is?
PDUs pop up in general?
Typically, in the past, PDUs have been manually brought forward if they're not put into an automated mode. Crystal, in the example that you gave earlier, ripping a shopkeeper in half, only ripped a shopkeeper in half to stop her from activating a PDU. She was hoping
Okay.
to push her and get the device out of her hand, but unfortunately grabbed her arm and pushed, thus tearing the top portion of the bottom.
Because I was thinking like if we got the PDUs to pop, that bank is gonna clear out fast, and then we just have to deal with a bunch of almost endless ammunition robots.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
much better.
almost endless ammunition robots. That sounds fine. It would be the easy part. Will be the
Yeah.
endless ammunition coming at our faces.
Well,
yes.
and we might have to deal with the Voodoo Boys.
Well, then, yes,
Are the-
yes.
Where did the Voodoo Boys align? Are they Gibson? Are they pro Gibson or anti Gibson? Are they Joe Boy?
Don't give a fuck
No.
about
just
any
care
of
about
those
money?
things. Yeah.
So if
No,
we're
they don't-
talking
They don't
bombs,
care about money either.
if we're
It's one
talking
of
bombs,
those.
why not put a bomb out here in the bathroom? Blast open the bathroom, waltz in, connect to the. I mean, I think I could connect to
Do you
this
even need
terminal
to
here.
blast open the bathroom, or can you just be like, oh, I need to go pee, and then just
Oh,
do that in the bathroom, like, or like be like, oh, I gotta drop a deuce and just like rip it up in the bathroom.
What is the south and east side of this
One, two.
look like?
Well,
Like, what are the buildings across the street, and what is the like length of the street?
Sure. As we discussed in notifications, the south and east are as follows. South first, across the street to the south is an office building. It's a small data firm called Grand Met Incorporated. Very quick tracking lets you know that Grand Met is actually a dummy corp that was established by the Voodoo Boys. Out of character note, Grand Met is the name or one way of saying the name of a god in the Voodoo religion, or god specifically. It appears that that facility or that corporation is basically just probably filled with gankers. Across to the east side is a number of high-end shopping establishments and hotels, all of which have been kind of built in together, one on top of each other. It's a very Night City kind of building, but it looks like it's kind of the hipster version of it. Like they kind of created this like art piece that's supposed to be like really cool looking, but it looks like shit. Like they were trying to go for a authentic Night City look, but it's whatever. That said, it looks like it's pretty well secure from what you saw as you passed by. To the west and to the north, there are apartment buildings. And those apartment buildings are RFID locked, so you can only get into the buildings if you have an RFID chip installed in you, which is installed when you lease an apartment. And you would know that the only way you're really getting past that is finding the correct corporation style of RFID and changing your detection to allow for it, so there'd be an electronic security kind of situation, or finding a guy who is or person, doesn't have to be a guy, in that apartment and using them in some way, either alive or dead, to get past the security.
I did. What does the VV stand for?
Buddha Boys.
Good boys. Okay. That was.
Sure. And yeah, the other thing you would have noticed too is like directly south of this location, this isn't super pertinent, just make sure you understand, there is a massive field of fucking just biotechnica, like these are all like small little greenhouses. Or
We
not.
can't see what you're pointing at.
Oh, sorry, you're on the wrong map again. These down here, these white bits, those are all just massive greenhouses.
Not gonna lie.
Oh, is that what those
I
are?
thought that those were solar panels.
Yeah.
Same.
I thought that. I also
Right?
thought that was a
So-
solar farm.
Solar panel farm that
Solar-
looked like records.
Solar farms are over here.
Oh,
I
okay,
thought
so
those
that's
were
what
like
those were.
silos for like food.
Oh no, see, I thought that those were that was like
Opposite.
a water treatment plant.
That's what I thought.
Nope. Basically, all the food that you eat is grown or created in those biotechnica locations. Most of it's also chew production. Chew 2, which is, if you aren't familiar, chew 2 is fuel.
Yeah.
Replaced gasoline.
Honestly, I welcome that.
Yeah, it's dope. I'd rather have a massive grouping of, greenhouses than smog.
Yeah.
And creating earthquakes. And...
That's one thing Night City's got.
Why do we
No
need
smog.
20 different
Flammable
corporations to do
wells.
the exact same thing? Really?
Yeah.
right?
Really?
Fracking,
Those fracking frackers.
right?
Rack.
RuPaul.
frackers.
Oh my
Um,
gosh, wait.
But yeah,
How?
I
go
have a
ahead.
slight tangent, so I'll be
Zigzag.
delayed a bit.
You were saying something, Zach?
How much would it cost to rent a room across the way?
At one of the
At
hotels? You want to go check, or do you want to just look it up?
No, I mean, we could just look it up. I would
And
like to
do
check.
we get a discount if we pretend we're part of the convention?
So what you'll note is there is no vacancy.
That makes sense.
Oh, that does make sense.
Having
does
gone
make
to
sense.
Comic Con.
Have you ever been to a convention, like a massive one?
That's cool.
And you're probably saying to yourself, oh, I thought there wouldn't be any convention goers this far south. No, they're there.
We had to Airbnb like 30 minutes outside the city and like cram 4 people into a single room. Like,
wow.
yeah,
Finding a hotel Gen Con weekend.
Yeah.
Be
Oh,
like,
boy.
Impossible.
like a room in a house,
Forget
not
about
even
it.
a room at a hotel.
Forget
Yeah.
about it.
find a couch. Not
That said,
possible.
Yeah.
Your hypothesis of there not being any con goers that far south is incorrect.
Doesn't hurt to look though.
You'll probably find them all throughout the city.
Right. Perfect.
Well, specifically Pacifica.
I
So
mean,
can
there
we
are
agree on
ways
costumes?
to get into a hotel room across the way.
Yeah, give me 4 hours on a dance floor with these nerds, and I'll get a hotel key. But that's not the point.
Exactly.
You take
That's
4
what I'm
hours to see
saying.
nerds?
Zigzag. My goodness.
I mean, Crystal would join you. She likes a good
Fair.
party.
Can't
It
we
might take
just,
4
like,
hours to find one who's at that hotel. That's the problem. I'm giving
Uh,
myself
Or-
time
Going-
to like whittle. You know,
4
what I mean?
hours to
Like,
find them. 15
People
Does the
live in
hotel
Night
have a
City,
bar,
people are
though?
at different hotels. I'm
But does the hotel have a bar?
conservative.
We
Because
hope
that
so.
would
Sure.
severely cut down the time.
So the hotel that's further south there, closer to the bank, like I said, it's kind of an eyesore. What you'll notice is it does have an entry lounge, kind of a foyer, but it looks like there's no access to any of the amenities or kind of establishments within. But based on what you can find on, scream sheets or, data terms, just checking the information. It does look like it has a full bar, full pool, very luxurious looking restaurant that appears to serve Haitian food. Very nice.
While we're looking
Sounds great.
online, is the convention sold out too?
Yep.
Okay.
Do you look out the window and kind of check around though? Just like looking at the convention to see like the numbers here?
I mean,
better way of doing it. Streetwise, go ahead and roll it.
but also I feel like
Zigzag.
Zigzag, you could probably just buy someone's pass.
Oh yeah.
You could pay enough money to buy someone's shit.
Where's Streetwise?
How much does
Social, I
your
found it.
favorite figure
15.
cost? Your dream
15.
figure cost?
Yes, sir.
You know, if I knew
15.
episode 1000 of One Piece was happening.
You're thinking to yourself that it probably wouldn't be too hard to find somebody who's trying to get rid of their badge for one reason or another. If you just kind of play the field a little bit. And if you would like to do that, you can use that 15 for your search. Or not. Also, since I'm giving you a use of a roll that you've already rolled for a separate function other than the knowledge you were gleaning, if you'd like to spend luck retroactively to increase the amount here, you can.
Nah, I guess can I roll again? Is
Yeah,
that an option?
I suppose that's fine.
Or do you want me to roll something different to look for?
Well, are you going out to go
pass?
find one?
Yeah.
Do you
that's
just
what I
want
think.
the one, or what's the
We
goal? Tell me what the goal is.
I don't know what the goal was.
Are we splitting
I was
up?
just trying to gather info. I don't know if I need.
So I think
one
we're all
right
still
now.
chilling at the coffee shop.
Yeah.
Zigzag,
But I could
just
go get like 2 or 3.
sort of like observing
passes.
his
But
environment.
really,
to see
my
what he can
thought
play.
was like if I just get one pass for me, then I can get into the convention, buy costumes for like 5 or 6 of us, and then we have the costumes to pull the job off. We don't need badges to get lost in a crowd outside of a convention hall. Like we need the costumes, and we can get the costumes if one of us gets in. That's where Zigzag's head is at right now. And if it shouldn't be too hard for him to get one badge to get in there for a day to find a vendor that has fucking bunny masks and like jumpsuits, you know, or we could even get like fucking orange jumpsuits off of like a fucking supply store. I'm sure Zigzag knows a fucking guy.
So as you're kind of
Like-
talking about like, I'm
Doing payday
assuming
too,
that
baby.
in character you're talking about finding badges and stuff. This girl kind of walks over to you, and she appears to be dressed up like an elf. She's got large kind of elf ears, and she's wearing what appears to be kind of like a stereotypical like elf ranger costume. And she says, "I'm sorry, did you say you were looking for badges?"
That is exactly what we were discussing.
Sorry to listen in. I didn't mean to. She points at her ears. It's kind of hard not to. Anyways, do you guys,
Keen
Oh,
senses, no?
do you guys play elf lines at all?
I love that terrible joke.
Have we heard of that?
Oh, I play elf lines.
Sugar has heard of elf lines.
Calvin definitely does.
I love elf lines.
She goes, awesome. Well, I mean, you look like you're locals, so that's interesting. I'm up from Oregon, and me and a couple of my friends gestures to a table. You see a bunch of really dorky-looking people dressed up in elf lines costumes. She says, we're down here, and we're looking for a good place to kind of, like, we're probably going to, honestly, like, tonight, it's pretty lame, like, the events, and we're looking for some, like, real fun. So we're hoping to kind of get into the city, maybe downtown, maybe South Night City or something. I don't know. But
They gonna die.
we've got a friend who's interested in maybe letting go his badge because he, well, his wife is calling him back up to Portland. So
I love his Malika the midwife costume. Very cute.
yeah, he worked on it a lot. Unfortunately, his wife is she's one of those corpo bitches. You know, she like really focused on keeping everybody in line or whatever. But anyways, he's a really good warlock, so we keep him around. But yeah, if you would be interested, I could sell you a badge, and maybe you could tell me a good place, a good joint to maybe frequent. That's
Do you want better? No? I shall use the badge. And then perhaps me and my friend Calvin can come back when you are free from the convention and take you out ourselves, no?
looks over to Calvin. You see her kind of blush a little bit, and then kind of look back to you and go, okay, yeah, sure. Let me check with my friends and see if that's cool. But you still want to buy the badge, right?
Oh God, you're gonna give my character an ego.
Suppose I could buy it depending on the price. That is not
$250?
discussed. That should be fine, no?
Yeah, you know that the badge is sold for 100, according to your just quick bit of research. So yeah, if you throw her the eddies, she will pass you the badge. And regarding the other matter, she will offer to swap dates with you if you want to call her later. But if something comes up, I know how Night City can be kind of a very busy place. Just send us a location. We'll meet you there.
Oh, that is fine. She's already given me the number, right?
Yeah.
Then like ping, 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 ping. There's 5 different like GPS locations in her phone for places to go in the city. Like if we do not meet up, that I would try in that order.
For a
Or
point,
perhaps in the reverse order, but not in random order.
for a point of hilarity, you're kind of like sending the first 3, and then you go to the 4th one, and you're like, oh, can't send that one, and you kind of erase the Astral Sea contact information. Move on to the next one. So you're like, okay.
Best not to go to that one, no.
You're like, okay. Check out the afterlife if you can, but like,
It's really gone downhill.
I think they're still closed. Definitely not under new management last I checked. Anyway,
Crystal's definitely still mad about it.
she's super cool, and I'm assuming she's not getting great vibes from Stryker, so she'll kind of like
I
you
would
know.
hope so.
Does anyone get great vibes from Stryker?
He's harmless.
Anyways,
I'm the least. Striker's
He's our
the
good
least
dad.
murderous person here.
yeah, but
Stryker is our
boring
good
is what I
dad.
Yeah,
heard.
and that's the problem.
Like outside of character, Stryker is just a good dad.
Kill
Like,
more
Calvin has
people.
his like insecurities about him because of Militech stuff, but like Stryker's just a good dad. He's like he just sends out good energy.
good dad energy. But yeah, she'll head on back over to her table after exchanging information.
Of course.
But yeah, you have a single badge. Looks like the person who had this badge prior is a person whose name is Andy. And looks like the last name has been redacted by Sharpie marker. You're pretty sure you can pull the person's information and we'll have it if anybody scans the barcode. Well, it's actually not a barcode. What are those square thing you need to do called?
QR codes.
That's the one. It's one of those.
See?
I'm 100 years old.
Exactly. You were old when the world was young.
That's why you're dad.
I'm really just gonna kick him out. No, I'm kidding.
Let him back in for some cyberpunk. Wrong choice. Say
No, we love David.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
That's not an original line either. I stole that from somewhere else. I don't remember where, but I definitely heard that before.
Perfectly fair. But yeah, once you've got the badge and that transaction's kind of completed, out of character note, Elflines is a real thing. Telsorian actually released a DLC, which they call it like expansion to the Cyberpunk Red game. You could actually play Elflines in Cyberpunk if you wanted to play a game inside of a game.
This man did some work. Okay.
yeah, Zigzag heard elf lines and thought there was some new drug that was going to be better than lace, and just like, I'll do elf lines. I got a
No.
spoon.
That's called Fairy Fire.
Ah.
Oh my
Terry Fire. Is this a throwback?
Oh, this is
Terry Fire throwback.
not Terry Fire, Fairy Fire.
Oh
But
my god.
I do like.
I thought you said Terry Fire. I was just like, that's good shit. Did you get to
Hilarious.
Terry
Uh,
transcends universes.
He is in
I
both.
believe it.
Becoming the
I love Terry. I was a big fan of Terry.
He became the worm. So yeah, that said, moving on from Bucket Slice, or do you have some more transactional business to engage in Pacifica on day one? No?
Is our plan like we are we like someone is eavesdropping? Like the waitress did just announce that they were eavesdropping on us. So you know what?
It
Yeah.
wasn't a waitress.
it was just some
Major nice
girls.
Some
Yeah.
conner.
So yeah. Actually, Kelvin is sort of like, yeah, he's not trying to plan stuff anymore.
Most people aren't paying attention to you.
Yeah. But the fact that someone was
Sure.
is
Hey, Calvin, on our way back, can you drop me off at a noodle shop?
yeah,
Noodles.
no problem.
Thanks. I'd invite all of y'all to eat, but I'm meeting a friend.
Okay. Are they good then? The
They're
noodles?
terrible.
Oh. What are the
The
noodles? good?
noodles or the friend.
Both.
All of the above.
All right. Yeah, no problem.
Icarus
Totally
is
cool with
pouting
dropping you
because
off
he
there.
wanted noodles.
You know, Crystal's
We
gonna
can
wonder
still get
where her
noodles,
noodles
like
are
Chris-
too.
Well, no,
Like,
no, Crystal. So you, in the last campaign, you took us to a noodle shop.
Yeah, we
So
did.
you know another noodle shop.
Yeah,
Sugar will show
but
up
we're at
with her
the.
noodles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
so-
just order in.
Well, yeah, I was gonna
That's
say
probably
if
a
Icarus
thing.
wants to still get noodles, like we can just go to the shop that you planned. us to.
Noodles!
And like Icarus will just like sniff them.
I mean, he probably will sniff them before he eats them.
I want to.
Listen,
Go ahead. Sorry.
no, he's a wee baby and he's very odd. It's fine.
I just want to cover something real quick, David. You never broke up with Missy. Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't trying to imply I did. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Did
Yeah.
I write that weird?
Yeah, you said it's. Yeah.
Did I say past tense instead of present tense?
I guess I read it wrong. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. Okay. Cool. I just want to make sure.
Because I did realize I wrote it past tense while I was writing it, and I tried to fix that because I was like, no, we are still in a relationship.
It is still a thing that's happening. She's just touring.
Yeah. Hopefully, I got her car back to her
Yes.
intact.
You
Oh,
did.
it wasn't her car, but it was in her lot.
Yes. You make your way out, driving on up the state road, as I mentioned, heading up through South Night City, making your way past Mega Building 3, where the Astral Sea is located, and heading up through the Vista Del Rey area. The noodle shop in question, I presume, would be located in the Vista Del Rey market area, unless you're talking about one in the Japantown area, Shijo. BRB
they are
AFK.
AFK, so
We will
we
assume
will
that.
drop them off at whatever noodle shop they're at, and we'll go to ours.
Great. Where you're going to a noodle shop as well?
Yeah, Icarus wanted some noodles.
Icarus
and-
isn't with us.
Icarus is on the
too.
couch. We're ordering in.
Oh yeah, Icarus is on the couch.
I'm
Right.
guessing that I'm John, I'm assuming that ordering in is like a thing.
Yeah.
Like
We still have DoorDash.
One of the
We have
one
we
of the
have,
greatest jobs for a solo is
we have
delivery
Door
driver.
Eats.
oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
That makes sense.
You literally
Yo,
have
that's
to be ready
totally
to
what
murder.
Icarus was doing
Yeah.
in New York. He was just a
Man.
delivery driver, so he has a love of food and is
Have you
The
Well,
pay
he better
established?
be fucking better because like I did
Right?
the delivery driving all last summer and
Oof.
fucking nothing.
Oh my gosh.
If I had to kill on top of that, dude.
Yeah,
Nah.
Tiny tangent, but
Tips.
DoorDash is the same experience. It's been
Yeah.
rough.
tips
Yeah.
are mandatory.
Can't do that.
So
Oh, well, that's good at least.
yeah, there's actually basically because employers don't want to pay their employees, they forced in a tipping.
And that's where the
structure.
So
cycle
it's
comes from, right?
never
It's like
fucking changed.
Yeah, there was not too long ago, I think in 2043, there was a corporation that would do like delivery services. It was a
Mhm.
corporation that was kind of smaller, but they were skimming tips off the top, and all their delivery drivers basically just destroyed the corpos.
wow, they
Am I
really
right?
established. The man really wrote
Hell
that
yeah.
in the lore.
I made that up right now off the fly.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Amazing.
I was like, wow.
love
But
He was
it.
super observant of of what society is like and what it would become.
Yeah, if you look at a lot of like the 2020 stuff, yeah, it genuinely does. But like his 2046, stuff, and also a lot of the notations of 2077 that Pond Smith came up with, yeah, he was very much aware of the cities that were around him and what they would become in time. Like,
Brilliant.
he's a cool guy.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Also horrifying, but yeah, at the same time, genius.
Yeah.
Back to the point. You make it back to the office. Crystal, lounging around. Icarus kind of lounging around. I would assume that since Odette kind of dipped out, she wouldn't be present. So I'll just say for NPC purposes, Tark came in at Zigzag's request to just kind of do a checkup on Icarus and kind of gives you the clear bill of health that you'll be fine in a couple days. Just rest it up. Excuse me. Whoa, that was a burp hiccup.
That was a real burp.
You good,
That was
buddy?
a burp hiccup.
Hiccup?
Someone patted you on the back.
It happened. They both happened at exactly the same time. Point is Tark gives you a clean bill of health, saying you'll be
That's
ready in a couple of
the
days.
human screenshot button.
Oh, oh man, it's recorded. That happened. You can watch that over and over again if you wanted. It's a dystopic future. It's what it is.
Now and then.
The point is once you're back to Zigzag's office, which isn't too far away from a really nice ramen restaurant, oh,
Yo, what's up?
I'm ready for Shijo. I just remembered why they wanted to go to the ramen restaurant.
Hey, we can keep
Ramen!
vamping until Zisho comes back.
Shijo,
Zizo just came back.
you're there, right? If you're there, say something. Muted.
You mute.
Hi, I'm here.
You wanted to go to the ramen restaurant, correct?
Yeah, trying to get noodles.
Correct. Okay. Are we having that conversation?
Yeah, let's
Now?
do it. You know how I roll.
So, Zigzag, you're not terribly familiar with this restaurant. Striker, I don't think you are. Calvin, you've been here before. You remember that this is a really nice little ramen restaurant? Guy there named Soda.
Oh, this is the same place.
This is that restaurant.
Yeah, okay.
Oh shit!
Great place.
You really,
Great.
so you're like, wow, cool, awesome. And then you drop off Sugar, who's meeting a friend there, and she heads on inside. You, of course, see that Soda is sitting there at the counter near the register, and it doesn't look like there's a lot of people present inside the restaurant. That being said, he doesn't seem to acknowledge you either. What would you like to do?
Wait, am I meeting with Soda? Oh yes. I'm like, hey, hello, hi.
Can I help you? He says, you've gone through this rigmarole before.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the special.
Pulls out a brown parcel, sets it down on the table or on the counter.
Great. And this is what we had talked about before, right?
Correct.
All right. Well, what's
He
this gonna set me back?
what we discussed, and as he kind of says that, you see him reach underneath the counter, and you can hear him kind of click a button, and then kind of put his hand back up on the desk. As the button kind of click sound kind of becomes like a lingering, kind of fading memory, you can hear this buzzing sound start to fill the entirety of the place, which you know is a buffer. Basically, it blocks any conversation from being heard or picked up, scanned, or the like. And he says to you, you did something very interesting at that Militech facility. Something that we noticed.
Yeah, well, we had to do what we had to do, right? You
No,
put me in with Zigzag and
no,
gotta do what Zigzag asks.
you're not understanding my angle.
Oh, what?
The suits liked it. A lot. A very interesting play on your part. and he pulls out another brown parcel and sets it out onto the table. I've already reduced the amount we discussed from this payment. The bills are all untraceable, but useful. You can count it if
Wait.
you'd like.
Out of character, what did I do that you liked?
Do you want me to say it out loud?
Wait, no. Wait, what did I do?
What did you do at the Militech place as you were leaving the Neta architecture?
Oh, I blamed another
You blamed a specific.
Biotechnica?
No. You blamed a specific corporation.
Oh, I blamed Arasaka.
You did.
And they liked that?
Soda likes that, and so does apparently the Sitsto as well.
The soda is what as well?
Soda seems to be happy about it, and
Oh,
has just put money out on the table for you as payment for that fun little bit. And he also states that the Corpo suits also enjoyed that move. That's why they're paying you this extra.
well, I'm glad they liked it. It's a little unexpected. I didn't realize you were keeping such a tight leash on me, but it's worth it, I
Well,
think.
you see, we don't have many footholds in Night City, so we do want to make sure the ones that we do have are nice and secure. I assure you, it may feel awkward having someone watch you as closely as we have been, but I can assure you, we will see anything that comes your way that might be a problem for you. So, don't mind the eyes.
Sugar kind of rolls her eyes like, of course, sure, fine. There's benefits to having friends like you, I suppose. The royal you.
Of course. The amount that we discussed for the transactional elements of our pre-discussed engagement here have already been removed from the funds that you have just been given. Out of character note, Calvin, you're not here to recognize this, but I just want to make sure you understand. When you spoke to Soda, he did not have a very strong grasp of the English language. He was from Japan, very much just kind of like folksy kind of, yeah, and just simple kind of guy. So, just to put this all fun in perspective. But he says, anything else I can help you with since you're here and we have the moment to talk?
I have a job down in Pacifica West Bank.
Of course.
You know about it.
We have an idea of what you've been doing. I believe you're helping one of your associates. That's not important to us, so it's entirely up to you. If you see anything that might interest the royal us, please feel free to contact. But we don't have many pressing matters in Pacifica. Not too many things we're very much interested in since the Voodoo Boys are chasing a phantom.
The Phantom?
A phantom.
A Phantom.
You're a net runner. You should know this.
You're talking about
Alt.
Alt. She said Alt. She show was just like,
Blank. Yes, she's not there. So, pointless endeavors there, and not worth our time.
understood.
Seems to be worth your time gaining trust with these people, so continue to engage. But, that said, if you do see anything that interests the company, please. We trust you to act, so do whatever you feel is best. If we are
Understood.
upset by it, we will let you know. And I think this good movement here shows that we might be forgiving if you do happen to run afoul. He then sets another brown paper bag, and this one appears to have food in it. And you would have noticed that the people in the back had been preparing it. It's the usual order.
Well, thanks for dinner, and I'll see you around.
Of course. Ding ding. As you're kind of exiting out, you can hear the sound buffer kind of going away. You'd also notice that as you're kind of moving in, you do see that another person enters into the establishment. A woman, Japanese origin. She appears to be wearing kind of a very punk outfit. Long kind of pigtails with spikes in them. And very much just a different kind of breed of cyberpunk than you. She looks like she is absolutely kind of solo frontliney kind of fightery type. But yeah, she enters in and you two pass each other. Cool. Heading back to the office.
Yeah, I'll take the public transit.
It's not too far away. I mean, literally, ramen restaurant is maybe like 4 or 5 blocks, 6 or so blocks away from Zigzags. So, yeah, you're there in short order. Meanwhile, you all get back. Icarus is still bedridden, but like I said, Tark is just leaving with his medical bag and says he's fine. There's not much more he can do. He threw a couple stings at it, got rid of the injury, and
Doc says I need noodles.
Babe, we ordered them. Don't worry about it.
okay. So, not too long after, Sugar, you would arrive on the scene, bag in hand, and I'm assuming the parcels put to the side. The parcel, the other parcel had 5,000 eddies in it.
Okay.
And that's unfortunately paper, Euro bucks. So you need to actually put that into a bank through more manual means. This is
Oh, great. We're going to a bank later.
This is a
Great.
process you're familiar with because they have not been paying you through any digital means. They have been giving you hard physical currency.
Okay.
But yeah, you stash it away and you head on inside.
Sugar would have overheard the I need noodles to get better. And she would have been like, oh, here, just take them. They're so hot.
Well, Crystal had just placed an order in, right?
Hey,
Yeah.
look.
Sugar doesn't care.
Oh,
He'll
okay.
eat them all.
Sugar can have Icarus's order.
And instead of eating noodles, she'll just pop another energy drink, chug it.
The addict.
So yeah, Zigzag. What are you doing in the office? Like when you first get in, Anika's there. It looks like she's still kind of filling out her Rolodex. Muted.
We're checking with her and make sure she doesn't need any help reconnecting with anyone, because I imagine there's a handful of contacts that like I've maintained. If someone's like switched a number or switched an address, they were like, hey, if Anika comes back, hit me up here, and I'll let her know, you know.
Yeah, nobody in particular. I think most of the ones that I would have gone to you for, I've already gotten a hold of.
Yep.
There is a my problem, currency-wise, isn't too much of a problem because of our benefactor. She says as she kind of looks over, the group and kind of like leans in closer to you quietly and says, I just don't know how I feel being indebted to someone who's kind of old corpo like that. So the sooner I can kind of pay him back and be done with him, the better. I mean, he's a bit of a swaggerer, but I just don't know how I feel about being indebted to old money, They think a lot different. But yeah, she kind of leans back. No, nobody I can think of. I do have an interesting voice message though. that might be something you're interested in.
Care to share?
Yeah, she holds it up, her agent, and hits a couple buttons to hit play, and then you hear hey, it's Mickey. I just wanted, I was looking at maybe doing another job. Yeah? So, if you're interested, that zigzag fellow or whatever, I could pay you 10,000 eddies for a job. Okay. It's Mickey, by the way, from Club.
Oh, Mickey.
That is interesting. Something that we will have to follow up on.
I don't know how much you want to kind of continue dealing with pop stars, she says. But
Is he still considered a pop star this many years later?
I guess. I don't know how it counts. I mean, they still count Samurai as a pop band, even though it's decades old. Anyway, some people just can't let go of the things they liked when they were young,
That's real.
That is very true.
I mean, you heard about that convention in Pacifica?
I did, and he pulls up. He just flips a badge in between his fingers.
Anika says, "Oh, I didn't know you liked that kind of stuff."
I figured it would be an easy way
Oh.
to create a disguise for our team. No,
You still haven't gotten to Interesting. Wow, I didn't even think about that. Oh man. Okay, well I'm sorry I put a lot on your plate with the bank job.
that is okay. We may be over preparing, but better to prepare too much than not prepare too little.
I understand.
I've heard
Believe
that their
me.
rave's pretty lit though.
What's that?
Their rave, I've heard that it's pretty lit.
Don't know about that. I do like partying, but
I do have plans to meet up with a few of them after the conventions this evening. If you would like to come out and stretch your legs, no?
I'm gonna
Oh,
be
I haven't
completely
gone
honest.
out.
No, I
I understand it does not need to be said, no?
yeah. Thanks
Just so you
though.
know, it's on the table
Thanks though.
for when you are ready.
She kind of reaches into her because I'm assuming this is happening in her place, her office.
Mhm.
She kind of reaches into her desk drawer, pulls out a cigarette, kind of moves to light it, and just annoyedly looks down at the table of data pads and such that she's just kind of been going through. The fucked up situation, to be sure. I'd ask you to kill Grease again, but I don't think you could.
No, that might be difficult.
The night goes by pretty much. Well, no, sorry. One other point. Knock on the door. Boom, boom, boom.
Answer it.
Japanese girl, punk looking attire, pigtails, spikes in her pigtails. Lifts up a
Amazing.
bag in your face.
Pays, takes it.
She leaves. You definitely notice that she had some pretty good armaments on her back. Looks like
Yeah.
she had decals on the sides of them, all sorts of crazy stuff kind of printed on them. But very stylish. Solo. You
Yeah.
recognize the drip
Oh,
Um,
absolutely. And respecting the drip.
for sure. You probably strangle somebody with those hair.
Right? Like, oh, maybe I should.
Grow it out.
Oh.
Pretty cool. But yeah, second bag of noodles, or second thing of noodles.
Yeah.
Slightly better than just regular pre-pack.
Yeah. That was probably what, 60 eddies? I don't know.
For
Enough
ramen,
for
Oh.
like a feast.
yeah, probably
a
about
small
60.
feast. Yeah. Don't know how hungry how much Icarus eats, you know.
Noodles.
Noodle.
Probably had some like dumplings in there or something, some bao or whatever they have.
Oh, jeez.
Gyoza.
Yeah, gyoza.
But to you folks, anything else that you want to do with the like end half of the afternoon / evening?
Striker will, if offered, accept some noodles for sure.
One noodle.
He's not dumb.
And
And
one
a
gyoza.
whole cosplay.
Fair.
If he
I'm
if
just
he
gonna
has
throw-
to.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. We can dress Icarus like Rocky from the Rocky Horror Picture Show with a bunny head.
Oh my god.
So I will mention a quick note. Rocky Horror Picture Show is one strange article of pop culture that is surprisingly not as popular in Cyberpunk's Night City. And the reason for that is because there are way more racy elements in just
Yeah.
commonplace like venues. It's considered tame.
Well, what about
It's like a kids show.
what about Little Shop of Rocky Horror's Picture Show?
That's absolutely a thing that exists.
I love
And it is
it.
the
Little
most
It's just a
Shop of
giant
Rocky
plant.
Horror
Yeah.
Picture Show.
Yeah.
filled with
So like your like the outfit is like the plant head,
well,
and then like the little gold bikini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feed me,
The
Seymour.
show.
feed,
Of his vision.
feed me semen.
God
Oh,
damn it, Jonathan! Every single time,
oh my.
Fair
fucking
enough.
horny Joe. Right now, I'm calling Elon Musk.
Bonk.
I'm calling you on.
Calling Elon Musk.
Getting you banned on Twitter.
Yo.
Well, this is Twitch. We're fine. But anyway,
Oh, Jeff.
Yeah.
Call Jeff Bezos.
call the bees. The
Yeah,
bees knees. But anywho,
Teaser.
if nothing else happens in the evening, somewhere around like 8-ish, there is a text, a zigzag that says they went to whatever the first article would have been, probably El Coyote Coho, because of its proximity to Pacifica, not being too deep into the city, and not a bad place either. And she says, "We're at the Coho. It's really nice," is the text.
Would you like company?
I mean, if you're not busy, that's fine. We're just hanging out.
Yeah, I will ask Calvin to drive me there.
Okay,
Take the AV.
sure. Oh,
Oh shit.
Kunk, kunk.
okay.
Oh, if you're going with the AV, Crystal wants to go.
Crystal's welcome to come.
Oh fuck
Yep.
yeah, she ready to party.
The AV's all tricked out for luxury, like pre-game and then game.
She like shoves one of her guns in Icarus's hands. Like if anything, and if any shit goes down, you're in charge.
Hell yeah.
Shoot it.
Yeah, shoot it.
Striker
I can do
probably
this.
heading home, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Not a late nighter for a Thursday night. And Sugar, party or no? There's still a lot of, matters to kind of be ready for. Like,
I think
and-
no party.
Yeah, and bags to figure out.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You, 1, 2, 3 of you go to the co. Once there, you would note that it seems that your friends are here, but only 2 of them. It doesn't look like the whole table, which was like 6 people strong, showed up. It is the girl you spoke to before, whose name you have learned is Stacy, spelled stay and then the letter C, Stayc. And then the other's name is Blink, who you're introduced to pretty much right on, and she is also a. They're not dressed in like cosplay. It looks like they're dressed for clubbing, which in the Coho is kind of weird because it's a bit more of a like a bar atmosphere. A lot of the punks here are members of what's the name? Valentinos, I think it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Valentinos gang. But it looks like a lot of them are, coming over to talk to them, and it looks like there's a couple of people who have taken to like hanging around, but not being like overly overburdening. And the ones that are being overburdening seem to be kind of like being pushed back by these really aggressive Latinas who are basically just like they've come over to this table and are being very protective of these two individuals who just showed up and started spending money. So you walk in after parking on the roof and make your way inside. What are you wearing?
So I imagine Zigzag's gone from the green to almost like a iridescent purple that really like shimmers as the light hits it.
Mhm.
So it just like gives a little bit of extra sparkle on them. And I imagine we flipped out the blue for something and pink with like more of a white shirt with a really like bright tie.
Love it. And then Calvin, did you wear the normal outfit or
Yeah. If I'm called in for work, I put on the suit.
suit it is? All right.
Got to represent the employer correctly.
All right. And Crystal, what are you wearing?
Crystal,
You also had a Nika's cabinet or a closet like available
Right.
to you.
probably pulled from like a little bit of each. So it's like very like got the where we were going from Zigzag and was like, oh, well, I have nothing to wear there. And then I was like, Anika, she's a classy lady. And so kind of like in between like it's like classy club attire.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So you walk in, and you can see that as you kind of show up. It definitely looks like Stacy is kind of like looking over to Calvin, kind of like noticing him first, not really paying attention to anyone else. And Blink seems to be in kind of engaging conversation with one of the barfly Latinas there that she's talking to. And as you kind of approach them, you can see that the say pair of women who are kind of being defensive of these two kind of look you up and down. One of them seems to recognize Zigzag, kind of goes like gives like a curious look, like what the fuck does this fixer have to do with these two out of towners? And Zigzag, you can make a streetwise roll, and Crystal, you can as well. Same for you, Calvin.
Did Crystal or did Icarus get to come with us, or is Icarus
No,
still
he's
here?
on
Did Icarus want to?
Is he still recovering? I thought Crystal gave him
Yeah.
a gun and told him to hold down fort.
That's fine.
Oh, that is right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Zigzag, you're smart enough to understand that these ladies here, they don't want any trouble in the bar. They might be related in some way to the ownership. So they're trying to make these people feel like this is a place that they can visit, instead of like causing a scene or causing any problems for out of towners. Because new money is more money. If you're getting money from your regulars and people are frequenting your bar, it's a plus. So they don't want it to be a situation where the regulars or some moody a-holes are going to drive off customers.
Fair enough.
And Calvin, you don't even know where you are right now,
Yeah.
based on that roll. And
Calvin legit just drove to where the thing told him to.
you're getting the same vibe, Crystal, from these two ladies. It does look like there's a couple of gentlemen as well who are there, but they're not really engaged in the conversation. It looked like they might have shot their shot and like now are just kind of in that awkward stage of I can't walk away yet. But as these new challengers appear, they very quickly move to the bar. And Stacey will go, "Oh, you made it! Hey,
Bonjour, mes amis.
this place is great. They serve an insane silver hand," and she throws back the remnants of her cup. You can see there's like lipstick kind of meshed in with the chili pepper around the rim of the glass, and she's basically just soaking the dregs. You can hear the ice kind of clink against her teeth as she kind of finishes that off. The other girl kind of like sees you, and you can see she's also drinking a silver hand, but it looks like she's doing a bit more of a kind of like this is the first time she's probably had one.
Aw.
That is true. Have you did you get the chance to, was it Amber at the bells this evening or was it someone else?
Oh yeah.
Did you ask?
No, I'm bad with names anyways. But yeah, everybody's nice here so far, except for that asshole points to some guy who's kind of drunkenly talking to some other guys. He was a jerk, but as you kind of see him laughing, he kind of looks over at you all as you're kind of congregating, and you can see that his left eye appears to be just like solidly bruised, like a fresh, slowly developing, ripening bruise.
Hey.
I like her.
Yeah.
Zigzag, you're pretty sure it wasn't Stacy that dealt with these individuals. It was probably one of the Latinas who
I
are
like them.
present here. And again, you would know that these two ladies that are with them that are not con goers, they're Valentinos. So you can see that they have the tattoo markings that show that they are gang, and you would know that they are acting in their due diligence to make sure that the El Calle Gojo is seen as a reputable establishment, not as a front for a gang. So if the tourists are getting messed with by gangers, that's bad.
Gang banging in the back.
Yes. Party in the front, gang banging in the back. Wait, that sounds weird too. That's like a
That does sound really weird.
that's a jack off situation. I don't know if I like it.
Yeah, like we got to get the jacks off.
This is an inside joke, by the way. Sorry.
I actually saw that.
Watch a couple
acapella group.
episodes back and we're good. But that said, so she says, what do you normally get when you're here?
Oh, last time it was just a bottle of champagne for the table because that is usually what I prefer to do. No, we get a little table, we get a little space in the corner, we get a bottle.
Yeah, that's cool.
We could get 2 bottles.
One of
Still
the
usually gets
Calvin getting a silver.
Sorry, my apologies. This is my associate Christelle.
Oh, hey.
Christelle,
Yeah.
Stacy, and sorry, Blink was it?
Yeah. Hi. Mhm. And then you see that one of the Valentino girls, she says, "I've got you, Zigzag," and she kind of walks to the back. And then you would see Stacy kind of like eyes kind of widen a little bit, and you'd notice that Blink is kind of like, that the weird kind of like, what's going on here kind of situation.
Yeah, I've never been treated special before. What's happening?
Right. She also seems very wallflowery, like she's, even when she was engaged directly, she's trying to get out of that conversation kind of deal.
Relatable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just role playing myself at that point. But yeah, Stacy says, "Oh, so you're known around here? That's cool."
I'm known in a few places. Yes.
I think. Well, I'm awesome. She seems to be kind of at a loss for what to say. And then Blink suddenly chimes up and says, "Were you around in 2023?"
I was not.
Oh, yeah. I'm really interested about the history of the that whole situation. Like we're coming down here, and I kind of want to go see it. Like the remnants of what happened there, but from what I'm told, like you're not really allowed past a certain point, right, Stacy?
It's just not a place that normal citizens should be wondering about. No.
Stacy kind of slaps her on the shoulder, like like a hard pat. To see, I told you, it's a weird obsession you've got. Okay, she's like, whatever. Okay, I really like.
That's not to say that you cannot get there. He gives her a little smirk.
Blinks,
it's not to say that we have not all been there ourselves. Looks at Crystal.
Blink's expression changes, and she immediately kind of locks in on Crystal as like the anchor to the conversation. She says, "Really? Awesome.
Yeah.
That's so fucking cool." Stacy seems to be kind of annoyed that the conversation kind of went this direction, like she was trying to get it off of this topic, and she kind of shifts away from paying attention.
I imagine at that point, like that's where Zigzag flips spots with Blink, so Blink and Crystal can talk about like her time in the waste, like the
Yeah.
downtown area, and like I can have my conversation with Stacy about whatever Stacy wants to talk about.
And just for the beautiful visual of it, that's the case. And then Calvin kind of stood back and waited for everyone to kind of get situated, and then he moves and basically flanks Stacy. Does that sound right? Or do you want to do something else, Calvin?
No, we're good.
Does that work for you?
Sure, yeah.
Or if you want to do something else.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't leaving the group. If she's drinking a silver hand, I'm gonna join her in drinking a silver hand. I can strike up a casual conversation with her.
So yeah, you pop away for a second and then come back and sit with Zigzag and Stacy with a fresh silver hand in hand, and then the bottle of champagne is eventually served out to the table with.
Calvin just enjoys the silver hand now.
Okay.
He likes to mix drinks now.
I think Calvin, when he's driving, gets one, and that one Zigzag always buys him as a silver hand because you only get the one because you're driving. You're driving, bud.
Yeah, that's true. I gotta stay sober.
But you're driving in the air, so it's not as
So you
bad.
get one.
No, driving in the air is safer.
Hey,
From-
Daddy.
One in a sip.
I mean, on the ground you can only crash like front, back, left, or right. In the air you got like up and down too.
Daddy taught me the
A
difference
lot harder
between
to
business
crash
and
up
pleasure.
than you'd think. You almost always go down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been your first time either. That said, Stacy kind of like says, "So why did you need that badge anyway?"
I
the
was
badge?
looking to buy some things for my friends, and the only way to get it from some of the vendors is to be inside. And no,
That's true. Yeah. Well, sorry. I don't know how to like without being prying. But like, what were you looking at getting? Like anything like really cool or?
nothing specific. Some things. We was just going. I was hoping to take a look around tomorrow. Perhaps you could show me some of these different vendors. No.
Yeah. I noticed that you got a you have a cyber arm, right?
We.
Is that rude? Like, is that considered rude?
It
That's
is.
not-
Okay, because it felt kind of rude.
So, like, okay, how does it feel? Like I've been thinking about doing some augmentation, which is absolutely not a term that's used in Night City. It's like a weird way of phrasing it. But she says, I've been thinking about doing some augmentation, and like, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't want it to feel weird, Like, does it feel weird having a cyber hand?
Babe, you can always get therapy for that.
Well, you kind of lean over and say that, and Blink's like has been chatting at you about like everything you've learned about like the red area, like the
Yeah.
Fallout zone. She is absolutely like asking all of these questions, details, and
Yeah. Oh, and Crystal's answering them.
yeah. And if you're answering in detail, she's absolutely falling in love with you. Like you are the most awesome person she's ever met. If you're just answering tersely, then she's not as hyped, but she's still hyped.
Mhm.
Back to Stacy. She's like, well, I was just wondering, like, I don't know. I don't want to
I
do it.
guess the best way to describe it. Have you ever broken a bone before?
No.
Hmm.
And then Blink leans over and kind of stops, and like in the middle of that conversation, like it sounds like Crystal and Blink are kind of also listening to what you two are talking about at the same time, but she kind of leans over and she says, "She's a corpo girl. She never broke a bone."
Let me make this a bit simpler then.
Hmm.
Have you ever worn gloves before?
Yeah, I've worn
They
gloves.
feel weird on your hand when you first put them on. No, there's a sort of strange feeling with the fabric against the fingers and the fabric against the palm. No,
Yeah, but I never wear them long enough for them to matter. Like,
but after perhaps say you're at a ball gown or you even
Sure.
this you wear gloves for an entire evening wear.
yeah, it gets easier
After
to deal with.
an hour, you forgot the glove is there. This hand is sort of like that. It may have felt weird as the initially, but
She
you come to forget that it is different. No,
she's just she kind of reaches into her purse and pulls out a cigarette and kind of sets it to her mouth.
he
And
like
then
lights it with his thumb before she can even get the lighter out. Like as soon as it's in her mouth, he like lights it with the thumb.
she's like, "Whoa!" And she like, that's so fucking cool. And you can see Blink
Wait.
kind of like see it and go, and then
There are many things you can do with these. What was the word you used? Augmentation.
yeah, and you would Blink would ask Crystal, "Do you have any cool stuff like that in your hand?"
Yeah, I got some stuff.
At this point, I'm going to relay.
It's literally like a grenade launcher and scratcher. And
Oh, do you show it?
no,
Oh. I was about to say, hell
not
yeah.
in the not in the club.
Whips out grenade on your arm in the club.
She's like, yeah, I got some
Look at
cool
that bad
stuff. I
boy.
could show you later.
If that's the case, like if you two would like to go ahead and make a human perception roll, go ahead and do so.
Yeah,
Okay.
14.
24.
Crystal,
Fuck.
the girl you're talking to is pretty milk toast, for lack of a better term. She is pretty boring. She seems to be interested in things she might have heard about on screen sheets or in old like hollows or recordings or whatever. Whatever. She's fine, I guess, but
She's cute.
she's pretty dull.
Yeah.
Zigzag, not only do you realize that that's the case, it seems like she is somewhere in her 20s, is the child of corpo schmucks back up in Oregon, and appears to be a rebellious type who's gaining that rebellious nature because of her love for adventure type things. And so she wants to be more adventurous in her life because it's fun for her to be adventurous in these games and in these other venues. And you realize right now, at this moment, if she continues on this path of going to random bars with random fixers and his murder crew, she's going to end up either scav haunt or she's going to end up as a joy toy. These are the only two avenues that this girl, based on again, he rolled a 24 on his human perception roll. He's basically sussing out the capabilities of this girl just through this dialogue. And you read her so perfectly, you understand that if she tries to play this game of trying to get into the ideas of Night City or just the ideas of any city in general, she's not going to do well by it. She does not have the streetwise to be able to run. She's not an edge runner. She's cute, though.
Mm-hmm.
However you want to play that. But that's through the course of the evening.
Mhm.
You just tell me how you want the evening to proceed beyond that.
I think what Zigzag would want to do with that knowledge is try to give her a fun night, but find those alleys where people like in between the clubs, you know what I mean? And like
Describe what you're looking for, or describe what you think you would find. Like, if you want to give me an idea of what you would see as a situation where you're like, showing the underbelly, but not like actually getting her involved in anything kind of harmful, whatever the situation might be. You tell me what you think you would
I
find.
imagine that at some point, like we go from this place, we have a great night, we go to a dance kind of club where we can dance and party, and then
Yep.
after we're done dancing for a couple of hours, like we leave. And before we go to the third place, which is like more of a sit down with like a live sort of set,
Mhm.
Zigzag says, I need to pick up some more supplies. He's gonna go pick up black lace, and he's gonna take her to one of his dealers who is totally harmless, but is probably like so cyberwared out that he's lost all
Horrifying.
empathy. You know what I mean? And is like gone beyond that pale of
So-
coming back and just like this is
Aesthetically,
this?
that's perfect. You go to the Afterlife, and it's a pretty renowned bar, and it's one that Blink is very interested in going to because it's also the haunt of one Johnny Silverhand. And from your conversation, it sounds like she's obsessed with like this old kind of information from the 2020s that deals around these iconic heroic figures or iconic terrorists, however you want to look at it. Afterlife is a pretty decent dance club. There's situations during this aspect that you're like, Zigzag, you're pointing out like, oh, there's there's name, and they're like really interested. And when Blink is like, looks like she's gonna walk over there and talk to them like they're not someone who would just shoot somebody at a drop of a hat for stupidity, you kind of stop them, but like make it smooth. Stacy starts picking up on the fact that that's what you're sparing her from, and you can kind of see the recognition in her eyes, but it's kind of like a crestfallen situation. You then move from there to the American Bar, which is a very much sit-down kind of joint, very old-timey, and you go out towards the back near the canal, and you find what you're looking for. And not only do you find what you're looking for, you find it in a horrific fashion. Your contact, QC, which stands for quality control, is a very chromed out individual who very much focuses on lace sales. You notice a couple of people who are nearby just partaking in their lace as they just purchased it. A horrifying sight to see. And you also notice that there's one of them very much OD'd on said lace and is laying there in the throes of that slow demise. You would also sit in this position, very different from the driving around or being in the nice calm casual bars where nothing was exploding or anything crazy was happening. You can hear gunfire not too far off. The canalways are definitely filled with it. At one point, as you're kind of having your discourse and you're picking up your drugs, a person runs out, kind of up out of the canalway, like they were down like in the sluiceway, and they came up, and you see three individuals come up behind them, who very much look like they're Sixth Streeters, and just burn him, like just literally shoot him down. And they don't seem to notice you folk. You don't seem to notice them. Like literally you and QC are just like stone-faced. The two girls are literally like begging to get out of there.
Crystal's just standing behind like, oh yeah.
Well, you kind of like move for the weapon just in case,
Yeah.
but you're not doing so in like a nervous, like paranoid way.
Yeah.
It's more of a, whereas,
Just
Zigzag,
in case.
Zigzag's continence doesn't change at all. Calvin's probably the only one of the three who's like, fuck. He's seen some shit.
I rolled really poorly, so this is all a surprise to me.
Yeah, I didn't even know we were outside anymore.
We're
I just-
outside when we get
You
here.
had too many drinks. You afterwards take them back to their hotel, and
Cool.
to drop them off.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, sure.
they explain to you on the way, as they're giving you directions, that the hotel that they're staying at is called One Night in Haiti. which is a hotel across the street from Pacifica West.
Hey.
Oh. Well, isn't this kismet? uh, I drop him off and give him a nice little farewell. But also hit up Zigzag and be like, "Yo, if they're cool with it, they have a spot right on in the area. They're staying at a hotel. They have a room in Pacifica."
Perhaps we can give them a bit of adventure, no?
You say,
Babes, we can hang out.
you say as you sit in the captain's chair of the AV, as you're kind of pulling out the breather for the black lace, just like casually shaking it to prep.
Oh yeah.
um,
Oh, brilliant.
you fly off back into the night, heading back home. It's close to like 3-ish, or 2-ish. You probably had another couple hours in you, but might as well just go light. And you get back. Icarus is sound asleep, probably snoring on the Anika couch.
Yep.
Got some
Icarus
problems.
now has the Anika couch.
Yep.
Crystal
Hugging,
just-
That's
hugging the
Crystal's
gun. All of the noodles
What a
are
good
gone.
boy. What a good boy.
I would say the couch smells pretty good. I would say it smells pretty good. Yeah, it smells like party girl.
It's the
The best way I can
Victoria
describe
the Cyberpunk red version of Victoria's Secret.
Well, hold on. Let's
perfume.
Ooh.
let
Cyberpunk version doesn't have any secrets.
Victoria Secret biggest competitors.
Do you do
Oh, shit.
a Savage Venti? What is it?
Oh yeah.
Savage X.
It's the Victoria & Co. Apparently,
What's the Rihanna has a lingerie brand
Fenty.
that's popped off.
Yeah, so
Fenty.
it's like Fenty's Secret.
that
Yee.
could work. No, I was looking up their top competitors as of 2022, and one of them was True & Co. I don't know what that
What the
is.
fuck is True & Co?
Dude, I don't-
Yeah, they're probably like Hanes for women. Like, nah.
I would say it would be like Aerie or something.
Sure, let's go with that.
Airy. Ooh.
Yeah, like that's what like the three like
Because Victoria's
Main-
Secret, you know what? The best combo is like Victoria's Secret definitely suits a certain body type.
yeah.
And like so like celebrate.
All I know is that
And then
the big
so
girl
like Victoria
Yeah. Let's combo the
So like
two types
Capique
together
by
Yeah.
Lady
and
Gaga.
ultimate brand.
yeah.
Could work.
I mean you got like Torrid has a pretty good
Yeah,
like
Torrid is amazing.
lingerie.
I was very surprised with them.
Yeah. Their sister stores to Hot Topic, I found out. That's kind
I
of
did not know that.
Cool.
That makes sense,
Crazy.
actually.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense once you like look at their like stuff. But with like just like straight sizes, it's like Victoria's Secret, Aerie, and Fenty. That's the three that I hear of the most.
Fenty was the biggest one.
Yeah. Well, especially lately.
Torrid is also huge.
Yeah.
Day
Yeah, 100%.
But
Hot
anyways.
Topic. Had no idea.
Yeah.
Day 2. What would you what would you like
You're
to do?
busy. You're busy reading and writing books.
Oh no! I was so Andy, who some of you are familiar with, reached out to me regarding a different matter, and I said, "Sorry, punking. Your wife showed up this sesh. Sorry." So if you're not familiar with Black Megan and her backstory, Black Megan is Chase's wife. They're still technically legally married. However, Chase died and became oh my god, Shaker. And then Shaker died and became blank. So if you're not familiar with that backstory, the reason why he keeps changing his persona is because his wife wants to kill him.
Right.
Yo.
The reason why he's no longer Shaker is because Black Megan showed up and shot me in the face.
I did not
Oh.
know this lore.
You know, honestly, what a mood.
Right?
I too want a wife to kill me.
That's a whole manga
Beat out
It's nice to be
that I
thought
just
about,
read.
you know?
He
right?
replied, he's like, poor blank, Shaker, whatever. Oh, hilarious.
It is good to be thought about
That's funny stuff.
a lot, even if it's in a murderous rage.
I think
They still care.
the main
Someone's
inspiration
thinking about you.
for
Yeah.
the Black Megan character was Carrie Fisher in Blues Brothers.
Oh, I also know a Carrie Fisher in real life.
Very cool.
Is it the Carrie Fisher? Because
The
she
Carrie
is dead.
No, a
That
different
would-
Carrie Fisher.
I got some rough news for you about Carrie Fisher.
Yeah, no, a
Yeah, I was
different
gonna
Carrie
say
Fisher.
if you had been holding back stories of
Oh no, I
IRL
wish.
Carrie Fisher, I would have been salty. I would have been like, share
Dude.
that shit.
I fucking wish I was that cool, but I
Man.
am not.
You are
Not today.
definitely very cool.
What do
Don't you sandbag yourself.
What do we want to do?
I'm not that cool.
What do we want to do on Friday?
Railgun.
Like
Icarus.
IRL.
Yeah, roll a d10. Roll d10. Icarus, I would say at this point you're not wounded so horribly that you can't get up and move around. I would say that in actuality tomorrow, since Stark came around, you'll be fine. But if today you're probably like a couple hit points down.
Okay.
I got a 5.
Okay. Anika's trying her hardest, but again, we're talking about a pretty
I know.
exotic looking device. It sounds like.
Yeah.
We're looking for
I
the
knew it-
Rhine Metal EMG 86 railgun, right? That's what we're talking
Yeah.
about.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep. That's her dream right now.
Yeah. The other thing that she's noting is that your linear frame may prove problematic for the Rhine Metal because it specifically mounts to like heavy cybernetics. Yeah.
Does it? Hold on.
It doesn't say that in the description because the description is pretty lax, but it specifically
okay.
states that it's for heavily cybered individuals. I'm going to say for, because again, I'm going to, hold on. Bear with me here. Copy, paste. Because I'm pretty sure I know what this looks like physically. And that's the important part. Yeah, the old one.
It's the long one.
I'm posting it in our Discord.
Yeah, that one. That's the one I want.
Yeah. So
Yes, please.
as you can see, the cybernetic brace that connects to the arm and back wouldn't do well with the linear frame, is what I'm saying. So it's mainly for people who physically have an arm that is presenting that body of 11 or 11 plus. It's the difference between this and the tsunami arms. Like you've seen the tsunami arms, you're literally just this. It's like, boom, you're ready to shoot it. This one, you're like, it's mounted, it's connected to your back. It's like there's problems with its interface with the linear frame. You could do one of two things. You can take some surgery effects and get some muscle and bone lace and just like up your body in the more natural way, or you could get a custom frame that allows for the Rhine metal, which is a different thing altogether and would actually require some time for it to be like fabricated.
Yeah. That's fine.
But getting one, I mean, if you can get one, you can also just utilize it as a mounted weapon. Like you don't have to use it the way you've been using your other guns.
Right.
It's not impossible.
But we can do that in the meantime once we do get it. And then we'll find some time to do the upgrades.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. So anybody have anything they want to do on Friday? You get a text from Stacy early in the morning. I'll get you here in a second.
Yeah, no problem.
Skin weave is what you want to search in the compendium.
Yeah. It's definitely not going to be important for the session.
No. Yeah,
I just want to make sure I'm ready by the next time.
I think it's skin space weave. Let me double check. Yeah, skin space weave. Cyberware.
Thank you.
If it's not already on your character, I'm confused.
I didn't know how to find it. I was
No
having a hard time.
Yeah, it gives you a user body and head armor value of SP7 base. Odette has up armored variant that's called I think it's armor plating. They basically just coat your like bone structure with armor plates. She's a
Subdermal weave.
subdermal
That sounds closer to
Subdermal
what I
armor,
actually.
yeah.
subdermal armor. That's what I'm talking
Is
about.
that what I had?
SP11.
SP11, yeah. That's what she has as well.
Is this what I put on myself?
You should be able to drag and drop it
Oh, hell yeah.
because the compendium is awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, back to Friday. Anybody have anything that they want to engage in?
I need to go to the convention and get us costumes.
I
Okay.
was gonna say, oops, I didn't mean to click that.
You don't
I
usually
was
buy
gonna say,
cosplays at
outside
the
of-
convention, do you?
I mean,
can.
you can, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you know what you
Have you been to a convention, Chris?
Yeah, you usually can, and I imagine
You know
it'll be
what?
just easier to get
That
You
is
just-
ironically perfect.
conventions really aren't my thing.
You asked our cosplayer boy. Like,
Yeah.
so,
You're
okay.
playing a character.
Hey!
That is so
I'm
wild.
making his
I
cosplay
know.
right now. Don't
Hilarious.
at me. Don't at me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
cosplay's
still
not
need
really
to-
my thing.
Yo, I need to. I
Don't
still
do
need to
it.
commission you
Look at
myself.
this shit.
This goofy guy.
Hey, that's
Anywho,
not
This
mine.
fucking no. This is Stephanie's.
Yeah, I know. That's all
Yours
good.
is cut out over there.
Lies.
Your other one of your fabrics is on back order.
going for the shopping session inside of the convention. Who are you taking with you? Obviously, Calvin's going. He has to drive you. But
I only have one badge.
you only have the one badge.
I was also gonna say, like, outside of just like work stuff, I was just gonna like spend the day sort of just like catching up with Missy.
She's not in town. You're just texting or following?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just yeah. I was just gonna
Well,
maintain
You're
my
gonna spend some-
relationship. You know what I'm saying?
You're going to spend some time
There
in the
you go.
car talking. That's
Yeah.
great. Okay. And then Zigzag, you're going into the convention. Crystal, what are you doing? You're hunting for a railgun.
Yeah.
I do want to stress, too, I don't mean that it's not
Oh, no, I get it.
impossible to use. You could use it, but I'm going
Oh
to say that
yeah.
there'd be
I'm going-
detriments.
I'm going through the stuff right now.
Okay.
And
The book.
and the thing that was funny that I wanted to note was I clicked conversation by accident, but it's perfect.
Okay.
It's like, oh, I didn't mean to click that, but I guess I did plan on spending the day just, hey, how you doing? Yo, what's up?
I wasn't even interested in that girl.
Nah.
Went out
Calvin
with
is
Zigzag
definitely
last night
like
again.
maintaining. Hey, we worked this shit out.
Icarus, any plans for Friday, or are you just going to maintain bed rest? Your call.
Yeah,
Anybody?
he's just gonna get up to 100% so he can actually be useful.
Okay, sounds good. And Sugar, anything that you want to do during
Unless
the day?
someone needs him to do something.
Perfectly fair. So far as to say, I mean, Anika's glad to have you around, even in your wounded condition, since she's a little on edge with everything that's gone
Yeah.
down. So having a gun in the house, or two
Yeah.
rather, in the house is great for her.
Yeah,
Sugar-
and he's kind of puppy
Oh.
dog mode, so he'd want to stick her close until like he was sure that she's good.
Yeah, she's mostly to Rice. She just wants to make sure she can pay off this the Russian guy. So, Sugar, anything for you today? Any plans?
Is tomorrow go time?
Whenever you
No.
want is go time.
Did someone say no, or did someone say yes?
Go time will be either the evening between today and tomorrow or tomorrow. But go time's not going to be today.
Okay, so yeah, no, not really do anything. Just
Okay. Any questions
Preparing.
that you want to like research or anything you want to like check
Oh.
out?
okay.
If you want to think about that, I'm going to move to Chris real quick.
All right, cool.
So Striker went home. Everything's going great. This new babysitter's awesome. And
On
go ahead.
well, so it's Friday today, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to slightly retcon something I said
Sure.
a while ago, that
Okay.
Stryker only at the moment acts like he's not really super interested in the convention, but actually he's secretly a huge nerd.
We
And
all
so
knew. I want to
he-
say we all knew.
So
Oh, yeah.
even though he doesn't have a past because he can't really spare the cash and all that and doesn't really have the time, he's taken the opportunity to go to the convention center and just ghost the con.
Okay.
So he's like gonna be roaming around the place, just like seeing what's out in the halls, doing anything he can without a badge.
I would say, hold on a second here. I'm gonna do a quick bit of research. Very quick bit of research. But I would say that your niece would probably be fond of like a specific kind of thing, like a specific kind of like show or thing. And I'm trying to figure out what
She's
that
a big fan of Nabuto.
No, no one is. No.
Nabuto.
Get the fuck out of here, dude.
or
Get
the
out.
That was
Three-piece.
that one's that
No
one's
one likes-
good
no one likes
because you didn't
three-piece.
put two together. You just snuck half of one into the other.
Skills. We love to see it, but no, hold on a second here. Oh man, I'm trying to think. It's right at the tip of my brain, and I'm really annoyed that I can't very quickly factor this, and it's actually making me sad. Hold on. Okay, there's the book. Now I just need to find the right page. Oh gosh, I'm so close. Hold on.
That's how I feel right now.
It's right there. It's an actual one. It's an actual one. Oh my gosh, where's
Like
the
a
advertisement?
convention?
No, it's like a popular thing in Cyberpunk. They sell
Oh.
guns about it.
I
is
don't
it
know.
Is it like the Hello Kitty?
It's like the
stuff?
Hello Kitty one,
ripoff?
yeah.
Oh, the
Oh,
Sanrio
that
thing?
one.
What was it called?
I still got the picture up here, so I can find
Oh,
it.
wait.
Post it if you got the picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it this one?
Oh, I found it.
I just
No,
I
I
just have
didn't.
to find it. It's on my desktop, so it won't take me long.
Go through the 40 thing.
Oh, God,
It's Hello Cutie.
Hello Cutie.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one.
Oh, I had a cat somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
It's Hello Meow. It's Goodbye Meow Meow.
Goodbye,
Yeah.
meow meow.
Yeah. Amazing.
Perfection. That is what your niece is a huge fan of. Goodbye, meow meow. And
So he is like out there taking pictures of like a lot of cosplayers too,
Well-
especially stuff from like if it was like anything that he would have watched when he was a little kid.
real quick note, you would know that there is an exclusive plushie at Night City Comic Con for
Oh,
Goodbye
shit.
Meow Meow. And you know the exact booth number. You know exactly where it's located. The only thing that's barring you from getting it is you don't have a badge, but you know Zigzag has one and is going in today. You haven't regrouped with them, but you do know these elements.
Then while I'm there, I'm going to also keep an eye out for Zigzag. Just be like, hey, could you, while you're in there, could you just like grab this?
Do you want to text him and say, hey, meet me outside of the con?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Do you meet with him, Zigzag?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's there, looking like his regular striker self. Like, literally nothing has changed about him. He is still a very much hardied, like, techie, like, could shoot a person down with a shotgun, has a grenade launcher in his arm, or not this arm, maybe the other arm. But yeah, this person is now standing with you, and there's people in cosplay walking past. It's a very strange atmosphere for the two of you as you stand here to meet up at this point. Engage.
Hey, so you're going in there to get disguises, right?
That was the plan, yes.
So, listen. And I'm going to like take it. I can like show him a picture of the thing.
Yeah.
I like take out my agent and be like, so at booth 1100 at booth 1174 they're selling these things. They've only got a limited number of these. Could you just grab one, just pay whatever they ask, and I'll reimburse you for that. Just bring it to me.
You look at the picture, and it's a picture of a limited edition Your Song plushie doll. Not My Melody, Your Song plushie doll that is a part of the Goodbye Meow Meow series, and it's a Night City Comic Con exclusive Your Song plushie doll. Looks like it's probably going to be about, nice little handful of plush, and it's adorable as fuck. But Stryker, very different individual. Let's ask you this. Now, a quick point of order. Zigzag, you are aware of things because you are aware of things. Stryker, you are pretty aware that Zigzag knows of certain things, but you're not 100%. So
okay, well, I'm still not saying anything out loud,
right.
Because
I do
Calvin is there and all that.
Well, no, Calvin's probably pulled up and dropped
okay.
him off, and then is going to talk in the
Yeah, I
car.
imagine you never saw Calvin. Like, you texted
Actually-
me. I had Calvin drop me outside, and like we met just in front of the doors.
Quick cut to Calvin. So, I think my next stop in the area will probably be like, a couple of weeks. I don't know if they're going to let us use the mansion or not, but we are popping in to stop by in Los Angeles, and it's pretty close. Quick
You don't
AB,
care
right?
where you're at.
Yeah, that's true, but I mean, you probably don't want to come to LA, right? I mean, how would you even get across the border? You don't have a passport.
I'm in the middle of a job right now, but if I wasn't,
Oh, it wouldn't be right
drive.
now. It would be, and she tells you it's like a couple of weeks.
Yeah, the Gibsons have ways of getting around the border.
Yeah, you
That is our job.
sure do know your way around. cut back to the scene at the
So he shows me the picture, and I look at him, and are you sure you don't want to see if I can't get you a badge? I hear they are doing a panel with the animators and a couple of writers.
Johnny Young Bosch, baby.
Yeah, that'd be great. Where are you getting it? I thought they were sold out.
And I got this one. Give me some time. Stay outside. I will get in touch if I can do anything. No.
Okay, if you oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was like, yeah, that'd be great.
If you spend a couple moments there, go ahead and make a streetwise roll. We're not going straight to street deal for fixer because this is not your element.
20.
Hella good. You find a guy who is like trying to do the hush hush quiet scalping deal, and not look like like he's selling it too close, but he's obviously like going to the line for purchases. That's basically like very small, but the people who are kind of walking away like rejected, trying to engage them. You walk over to him, no problem. And with that streetwise, he tries to talk you to 250. You talk him down to 175. Pay it out. Walk back over to Stryker. And for the rest of the day, Stryker, your name is Christopher Billies. I remember a day a friend of mine was David.
David?
Yeah, you gave me your badge to give to one of my friends.
Oh!
At Gen Con.
That's
I remember that.
true.
Hilarious.
I mean, that's
Oh,
totally false. That never happened.
Wasn't
Never
that last
happened.
year?
It was my wife who was
That never
David.
happened.
Yeah.
What are you
Your
talking
wife
about?
was David.
What do you mean?
We're busted.
You were John's wife for a day.
Bezos is
I
gonna
was
sell
I
Gen
was a
Con.
wife.
Yeah,
No.
you were
Be
a
a wife.
waifu.
My
I
wife
would be a
was
wife,
my
yeah.
wife was David. It's different.
I would be your wife for
Fair.
a day.
But
Well, I mean, let somebody try and question that and be like, "Are you assuming my wife's gender?
the two of you
How dare!"
enter in with badges into the convention. It is a smorgasbord of nonsense. There's a lot different that you wouldn't see in a traditional con if you've been to a con. Instead of having like actual like signage, a lot of it's just light boards, which are basically physical lights that kind of like manifest a display in a space. Due to this, though, the room is exceptionally dark, with the exception of a lot of the kind of bright lights that lead you to place. Striker, you're kind of immediately lost in this situation, but you watch as Zigzag very quickly gathers himself of the con-going experience. And you can see him moving past people, slipping through the lines, effectively just dragging you along because he knows what he wants and very quickly identifies what he has come for. What's the name of the kind of cosplay you're going for, Zigzag, for the group? Who's wearing what?
Yes. What am I wearing?
I imagine he would want to keep it as simple as possible. And since like that character is the most popular character that's there, I imagine he would get like 6 of the most common accessories, like a bunny nose with whiskers, ears, just to like cover
Jackson.
enough features.
Was it
like
not a
Jackson,
whole
yeah.
mask suit?
Or
Yeah.
if they have
Type of
whole
deal?
masks,
They
like
do.
just the fucking rubber mask over the face, like
They do. They have rubber masks.
that's what rubber mask over face, and then like zip up jumper,
Like whatever the
cheap
most casual
zip
thing
up
is, right?
Yeah,
jumper,
the-
the space suit. You know what I mean?
it looks like
Crystal knows that you're looking for these. She would specifically request one of the bunny suits. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
like
Everybody's
Playboy
getting a
bunny
bunny
suit.
suit.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that's not an option here. They don't have that here,
Does not
unfortunately.
Damn it, then she wants
Senpai
the
does not dream of
bikini.
bunny shan.
Jackson's sidekick
I
is
finally started watching that.
Jackson's sidekick in the movies is a buxom blonde with like a red bra top, like blonde
Oh, she
kind of
wants that.
bob haircut, the red thigh-high boots that I mentioned, and like the red shorts. Yeah, it's very much.
That's the one she wants. That's the one she wants.
Yeah, it's very much a.
She
a
doesn't do
product
the
of
whole
its era.
the full jumpsuit thing. She's not that kind of gal.
Sure. But there's also like the full jumpsuit, like the flight suit. Get one of those, or a couple of those. There's apparently other characters which you very quickly identify in conversations and are able to basically custom fit everybody into like based on their measurements and your understanding of their measurements. Get them all pretty cool outfits. So Icarus is flight suit. Jackson. Striker is like smuggler Jackson. Crystal's the sidekick whose name is escaping me off the top of my head here. Calvin is being dressed up as a Wookiee associate of Jackson. And Sugar apparently is an Imperial spy.
Ooh.
As it seems like an easy outfit to kind of gather.
Yes.
And you find a really cool guy who's selling retro outfits, Zigzag, and you're kind of a retro guy with the Malorian arms and all that. And you see that he is selling a costume of a character named Kylo Ren from some older movie from back in like the early 20-teens. Or late 20-teens, rather.
I heard he has great abs.
Yep. It's a cool enough outfit, it's really stylish.
Right?
And you get that
He's
for
got
yourself.
that weird bod, but
It
I
costs
heard
a little,
he's a punk ass
he works
bitch.
out.
It costs a little extra, but you know what? Whatever. I think in the end you spend about $500 on these costumes, and you realize the quality is not on par with the price you're paying for them, but they're novelty. So you're kind of like, yeah, okay. Meanwhile, Striker, I'm assuming you rush off to get in line for the yeah, you very quickly note a lot of people here have kids present with them, varying ages. Some around the age of your niece, others not so much. But you also notice there's some people who appear to be collectors like yourself, who are very much not the targeted demographic for the show in question, but are here anyway. If you don't ask any questions of anybody near you, a lot of them are talkative, but not to you directly.
For the most part, he is like keeping to himself. He doesn't personally watch Goodbye Meow Meow.
For sure.
Well, yeah, he says that it's like he'll be in the room having like breakfast
But he
while she's like watching the Saturday morning cartoon. So
You know all the characters.
He
but
knows
you
all the
couldn't
characters.
Name
He
an
knows
episode.
pretty much the whole story.
Yeah.
'Cause you have to hear her talk about how her favorite character is this, and he did this today on that. Yeah,
Your song.
I feel like if Icarus met his niece, they would have like a fully fledged conversation about this.
Oh no.
Icarus is watching it right now.
Yeah, like he was just sitting there watching it, like
Icarus
shoving
is
noodles in his mouth.
Pop culture servant. I'm a slave.
He's like, man, I can't believe no one else watches this.
Right?
But yeah, you managed to get up there, and by this point, you can see that you're very lucky to have gotten in when you did, because there's probably maybe a dozen left, and they haven't changed the prices. That's not how this works. They're obviously, expecting a resale. But you're one of the lucky few who manages to get one of them, and yeah, it costs you 75 eddies.
Oh shit, that's cheap.
Not too bad. I mean, if you look at it from a real life perspective, that's insane for a plush doll. Because
not like a super collectible.
no. Sorry, if you look at it from a punk's perspective,
Oh,
it is literally a triviality. Like, that's months of kibble. Like, that's lots of food. That's a phone
But
bill.
it's a happy child.
But it's a happy child. That's important. But you can definitely see like this convention and just the aspects of Pacifica are very different to what you're used to in Night City. But yeah, you get the plushie, and as you're kind of walking through the convention, a guy kind of walks over to you and says, "Hey man, are you gonna resell that? I'll give you
no.
I'll give you 8,000 right now."
No.
Okay, man, 10?
You should have gotten in line and gotten one yourself.
Fuck you then, man. Walks away.
Yeah, fuck you too.
You head off.
I head on over to the panel.
You do see that the panel is actually full up. Unfortunately, there's no more space into it. You were not lucky enough to do both. But you head back, texting, spending a good hour or so texting with Zigzag, trying to tell him, I am under booth number 1100. This is the flag I'm under. This is where I'm located. And then for some reason, he can't find you and walks right past you. And then, no, I'm seriously right
That
under the
sounds
flag.
familiar.
I've never had that experience.
I'm right near the trash can in between aisles.
It's like, I'm right,
Right.
next to the fucking balloon dragon.
Which one?
Wait a minute, are we just talking about
Hey,
Gen
balloon
Con now?
dragon.
We're just reliving some experiences. But sure enough, you find him.
That is, I feel like that's a legit text I've sent many times.
Oh, I've
And
sent
somehow
that
it's
text.
always a dragon at Gen Con.
And I have a perfectly good Discord channel for conventions, and no
You
one,
do.
no one ever
Actually,
uses it really.
I don't think about it.
Yeah, well,
I'm
We
sorry.
try.
it's
You-
whatevs.
It's an appropriate space that I'm just not using.
We'll see what
We
happens.
used it
Gen Con.
during Gen Con.
Sometimes
During Gen Con,
We
I
used
did
it
use
last year.
I did use
Yeah,
it
we
during
did.
Gen Con.
That's true, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, I know that the years before it wasn't as well received, but
I didn't randomly bump into you before last year.
that's fair. That's fair. We are newly acquainted comparatively. But yeah, you get the outfits. You've got a couple of swagger bags of junk, and Stryker has the one plastic bag with the Goodbye Meow Meow logo on the outside.
He would have also bought like, I don't know, some like ears and whatnot, like the little cheap trinkets they sell.
Cool. So then just round it up to 100, and
Yeah.
you bought some cool stuff. You bought like like little pins You bought like a couple of socks, the cat ears, specifically the Your Song cat ears. She really likes that one. And yeah, great. You head out of the convention center back to the vehicle. By this point, the conversation has wound down quite a bit since the slightly more racy portions of the Hollow, Calvin, that you were having with Missy.
Oh, did we go there?
We didn't
Hey.
go all the way or anything crazy, but you know, two people who are long distance relationshiping, they typically
You do what you got to do.
do the flirtation and we get to a
I
point.
have actually had that experience. You do what you got to do.
Perfectly fair. And yeah, by this point, you're just kind of winding down, and the phone conversation ends maybe about 10 minutes or so before they arrive back at the vehicle. Take off and head out. Arriving back at the office, Stryker, do you request to be dropped off at your house so you can then ride to the office? Or do you just go on your own? You arrive there on your own. You probably just leave on your own, right?
Yes, I leave on my own.
And he says he'll meet back up when he needs to be back at the job. Got it? Got it.
Yeah.
Cool. So then, yeah, we got 20 minutes before the close of the session, so I just want to leave it to you, table-wise. I'm very much ready to start shooting you or killing you, or, I mean, you know, whatever.
Wow, that happened so fast.
What?
I can't believe how much time flew by.
Oh, yeah, no, great session. I mean, we're having a good time here. I mean, I love it. Honestly, the sessions that are just getting to know the characters are way more fun, in my opinion, but
Yeah,
I also like murder.
I am developing my RP skills because everyone else here has such good RP skills.
Yeah, top notch. But that being said,
It's all in the accent.
It's all, the accent's really doing a lot of the
Bro,
heavy lifting.
Doing all the
when
work.
you drop that accent flip on us,
Carrying the game.
Goal.
Carrying.
No, hold on.
Carrying the
Stop.
party.
Gold.
Stop. Don't spoil that. Don't talk about that because it could come back up, and I do want to see shenanigans. So, secrets
Shenanigans.
we shall see. But
Shenanigans.
the group arrives back at the office or is on call to come back to the office when needed. Zigzag, you lay out the goods. Cosplay outfits.
I have a quite to see outfit.
Yay!
Zigzag. You're gonna have to make me wear one of these things.
Yes. You're lucky it is not West.
I am getting more used to this as we get to know each other. But this is the weirdest thing you've ever introduced me to.
There is plenty more time, my friend.
You mean to tell me I have to wear a Wookiee costume? I'll do a quick bit for Stryker. You're right back at your house, your apartment rather. You go inside, and you know the live-in. And when I say live-in, I mean the person you have as a babysitter lives right next to you and kind of offers her services to other people throughout the place. Her and a couple other people in the facility or in the apartment complex do so. But she's there, and you would also note that it looks like when you first enter in, someone else is also in the apartment besides your niece and her. You see that it's Anna. And she kind of walks over to you. She looks like she's right in the middle of a busy workday, or just getting away from one early. By this point, it's like 4 p.m. And she says, "Hey, yeah, you're dismissed, or are you staying? Can you leave me and him alone for a moment?" She says to the babysitter.
Yeah, I don't think I can stay around for too long for now.
Well, we have to talk.
I figured that.
The babysitter says, "I'll be right next door. No problem." And she walks away. And the second the door closes, Anna says, "Yeah, my situation might be changing.
In what way?
Militech is aware of certain things that I've engaged in, certain connections I might have. And this morning I received an offer from someone you might know, my apparent savior in this regard. The management
Who might-
individual I spoke to you before about.
And
He says he can make the whole situation go away. But I have to relinquish my notes regarding the biochip to him. He promises he'll scrub the information regarding personal health information regarding her.
so what does that mean for her then?
If he doesn't do what he says, if he isn't honest about that, the corporation might come looking for her to follow up and see how it works and reverse engineer it, perhaps. Look, my other option is run. But I'm pretty sure he, and possibly him alone, already knows about you and her.
Fuck. So what are our options?
Right now, you're good. Right here. If you felt it's necessary to move, you could. I mainly just wanted to come and tell you that it's my intent to deal with the matter. A lot of the information that was already present in Militech's files regarding you and her was scrubbed, thanks to you and Zigzag. But he seems to have a bit of information of his own. I don't know what his game is. I don't know what he's trying to do, but I obviously expect the worst. He's a Militech corp. And I'm not a piece of shit, but I know that all of my ilk are. So I can act defensively in response, or we can trust him. I don't suggest the latter.
What can I do? I might be able to get together some people to help.
I need some leverage on this guy. I just can't get it. I need to know what his connections are, and if there's any kind of shit that he might be invested in. If I can turn code on him, put him before the corp, they won't even look into what he's researching. And when he starts coming for me, they'll look at it as retaliatory, and they won't look into it as deeply as they should.
I've got hopefully a pretty small job this weekend. But once that's over, I might be able to get my team to find out about this guy.
Yeah. Normally this goes through a fixer. I know how the streets work, so I get the vibe. Here, she pulls out a shard and hands it to you. Data shard.
Okay.
It's my
I'll take
proposal.
it.
If you're still working with or around a fixer that might be worth it, you don't happen to see Zigzag anymore, do you? I know you haven't for a while, but
I saw him this afternoon.
perfect. She looks over to the table. You having just got in, you set the bag down, and she smiles, and then looks back to you. Huh. Yeah. If you can get that shard to him, it has a proposal. laid out in detail.
I actually may have not told you, but I've been working at Zigzag again lately.
Good. Not many people on the streets have a swagger like he does, a grace.
He sure is something.
He's not the worst of it.
Not the best either.
Well,
Oh!
Shots fired. Pew, 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 pew.
I do like Anika as well, she says, smiling. She turns and kind of starts walking towards the door, then stops, looks over her shoulder and says, I'm going to start putting some plans into motion that should buy us some time. If you feel like this is too much to bear, find yourself someone who can get you across the country. Find someone who can get you out of the city. But if you feel like you can handle it, and I'm pretty sure you will be able to, you always have been able to rise to the occasion, then I would suggest getting her to someone you can trust. Just so she's not used as a piece of leverage against you by this asshole.
Not many people like that.
And I
Not in
can't,
this city.
I can't be the one. Sorry.
Do you mean to take her somewhere else for now?
Well, no, you're in your own apartment.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
right. Well, this is also her apartment.
No, she doesn't live here.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, you live a ways away from her now. Instead of living like in a whole different part of the city, you got your own apartment with some of the winnings that you got from the Militech job, the one where you
Right.
erased some data. She lives not too far from you. She'll occasionally like function as a babysitter for random bits, or she'll hang out with you and the niece because she was living with her for so long. It's like it would be bad to like remove that element from her life, the kid's life. So
Right.
that's
All right.
that's fine. Like, yeah.
I think we can handle. I think I'll get in. I'll talk to Zigzag about this right after we're done with this job. I can see if the team can chase after some dirt.
Yeah. Whatever you can muster. And if he takes
If not, I think I can get hooked up with some people who can help us escape the city.
good deal. And yeah, if Zigzag accepts the proposal, tell him to contact me on my third phone. He should still have the numbers, I think. She nods and heads to the door and exits. Okay. Back to the planning table.
For the bank heist.
So I don't know. I have like zero brain today. So if anybody can think of like really cool netrunnery research questions that are like appropriate that Sugar could have researched or could research, that'd be cool. If not, I don't have anything.
Basically like what I would want to know is like, yo, what's the security for this con like? Does it actually like overlap with the bank security?
Nope. If you try to figure out the security for the Pacifica Convention Center, you'll learn that it's everyone's favorite private security firm, Militech.
Yay!
Calvin would immediately, as soon as finding that out, he would immediately like all of a sudden just be like, man, I really don't want to go to this thing anymore.
Striker
He's
and,
like, I quit.
Same.
He
Striker and
has
Zigzag
huge bias against Militech.
didn't even notice them. You would have been able to register that they were Militech, but Militech private security is as common as cops,
Mhm.
Not more so.
if not more so. Yeah.
That which makes sense why Calvin didn't realize until he researched it.
Yep. Of course, it's fucking Militech.
Arasaka down the street, but Militech, you
No,
know. Yeah.
Arasaka's not allowed to have any private security
Yeah.
out here.
Technically,
There is no Arasaka.
Calvin
here.
ain't gonna play dumb and be like, "Oh, Danger Girl, Arasaka." That's different things.
There's no Arasaka.
I mean, he is gonna play dumb, but he ain't gonna. He obviously realizes the overlap here.
Fair.
Right.
But yeah, if no other planning, there is of course the side chat, and again I mentioned it last time. You do have a lot more on your plate here as far as it goes, information wise. If you have any questions out of character, throw them out in the general, or if they're private, send them to me on the sides. If you have any ideas, post them in the general. If you've got anything that you want to do in character during the Friday, because we're still kind of like in the end of it, but like in preparation, great. If you want to move into the next day, that's also fine. But yeah, I think this is a pretty decent stopping point, and this is where I'll end the session. Thanks those for watching, and we'll pick up next week with more good night, meow meow.
Everyone, much love.
And
All right, thanks for watching.